Major leagues. It is 83 degrees, slight breeze blowing out from the west, and a little bit of haze coming in. Temperatures expected to cool off significantly for tomorrow's game 2. Tonight we're all set up and ready to go. The pieces in place, and Aaron Boone turning in his lineup. The Yankees will be the visiting team here on this neutral site. Let's take a look at the Yankees batting order. DJ LeMahieu will lead off, the batting champion in the American League and the Major Leagues. Aaron Judge to follow, then Aaron Hicks, the switch hitter. In the middle, it's Luke Voit, Giancarlo Stanton, Gio Urshela. Urshela had that big grand slam in the wild card series. Gleyber Torres, Clint Frazier, and Kyle Higashioka will round out the starting 9 for the Yankees, and that's the lineup, Ron, that will face left-hander Blake Snell.
I mean, just an outstanding start against the Blue Jays. In fact, that whole Tampa Bay team only allowed 3 runs to the Blue Jays in 2 games. But you see his numbers from his Cy Young Award, Cy Young year, but also his last start. He looked like he did in 2018. Of course, we can't start this game until Blake Snell throws to his battery mate, Mike Zunino, known for framing pitches, blocking pitches, and you have to block a lot of balls in the dirt when Blake Snell is pitching. You look at the infield, Brandon Lau, when you're looking at him, he could be at second base, he could be at the outfield. They employ a 4-man outfield. Willie Adames probably has the best arm of any shortstop in the game. Arozarena starts in left field. Margot, who played here in San Diego, is in right. And Kevin Kiermaier, if you follow defensive runs saved, he's the king. So King Kiermaier.
That's a great stat, and the Tampa Bay Rays are an excellent defensive team as a group. David Rackley gets his game 1 assignment in his first division series. That's C.B. Buckner over at first base. Mark Carlson will be the crew chief. He'll be the man administering the replays. You got Todd Tishner over at third, and the 2 outfield umpires. You go with 6 in the playoffs. It's Marvin Hudson and Mike Easterbrook. And right away, Ronnie, I'm curious to know, neutral site. Does it favor one team or the other, you think, between these two?
I don't think any of these teams even know, Brian. It seems like every single day, because of this truncated season, brings something new. They're going to figure it out as they go in the game. But I think when we look at Blake Snell and what he tries to do and what the Yankees did against Shane Bieber, they're able to lay off those pitches in the dirt. If they do that against Snell, it might be a short night for Snell. If they aren't able to do that, Snell's going to have a big game.
Well, the Yankees roughed up a great pitching staff in the Cleveland Indians, the best ERA in the American League, the Indians. Tampa Bay shut down the heavy-hitting Toronto Blue Jays, so they put their strength to the task in the wild card series, and now we're ready to go in the division series. Blake Snell against DJ LeMahieu. LeMahieu winning his 2nd batting title of his career, has now won batting titles in each league as he wins it in the American League. Had the highest batting average in the majors, actually. And the first pitch is strike 1, and away we go.
Brian, the ultimate respect in baseball, they're playing a hitter straight up. No shift against DJ LeMahieu, who can hit it from coast to coast.
Snell, a strike-throwing machine. This Tampa Bay Rays team hitting on 70% of their first pitch strikes in the wild card series. And there's a swing and a miss, and it's quickly 0-2 for Snell.
You'll see fastballs at the top of the zone. You'll see the slider or cutter in and down to righties. The changeup away that he'll get some ground balls on, but it's that big curveball that is the pitch that puts hitters away.
Mike Zunino flashing the signs for Snell. Wants a fastball, and the 0-2 on the way from the lefty. Ball and 2 strikes. Now Blake Snell has not given up a this year. Now, when you say this year, it always comes with the asterisk because it was a 60-game season, but 11 regular season starts and 1 postseason start did not allow a first-inning run. And that's part of the Rays' game plan as well. They get ahead. They have this fantastic bullpen, the Tampa Bay Rays, winning the American League East primarily with their pitching. And especially you get into a 6-inning or a 7-inning lead situation against Kevin Cash and his Rays, you're in trouble.
Those first-inning runs, you figure one of those starts you're going to give up a bloop and a blast, right? Happens to everyone, maybe not to the elite like Snell.
1-2 the count on LeMahieu, and now it's 2-2. Looking for familiarity wherever you can find it. LeMahieu had a good portion of his career in Colorado. Won his National League batting title with the Rockies, so he is very comfortable in this ballpark. In the same division as the Padres. And of course the Rays have a couple of former Padres on their team. Another one misses, so from 0-2 to 3-2, and LeMahieu has worked it full.
You know, I talked about the infield defense, which is straight up, but just the opposite in the outfield. See the center fielder Kiermaier in the right center gap almost, and Margot hugging the line down right field.
Yankees' game plan is to work counts, get deep in counts. Snell has not pitched more than 6 complete innings this season, and the 3-2 pitch, LeMahieu fouls it away.
DJ LeMahieu is a machine. The way he can take these at bats, foul off real tough pitches to stay in the at bat. He's got good power to right field. You don't luck into 364.
8th pitch of the at-bat coming. Just getting underway here in the American League Division Series. And the division champs, the Tampa Bay Rays. And a swing and a foul tip. Just got a piece. Had him fooled, but that's what you're talking about, Ron. It's the ability of LeMahieu to spoil pitches, foul off the fastballs, notice, recognize the breaking balls.
Yeah, that's that slider. He hasn't seen one of them in the at-bat, but still able to get a piece of it. Clipped a little bit in Zunino.
So it'll be at least a 9-pitch at-bat to start it for Blake Snell. There's no jumping off point with the New York Yankees. And a shot back up the middle of base hit. Well, that at-bat tells you all you need to know about where the Yankees are as a lineup right now. The Savages are back, according to their manager, Aaron Boone.
Well, they had a very unusual season where they had a lot of stretches where they were good and then some stretches where they didn't hit at all. Now, that came around when they were hurt. LeMahieu was even out for a few games. But this is classic DJ, straight up the middle, right back through Snell.
DJ LeMahieu now has a 21-game hitting streak going against Tampa Bay, hitting well over 300. Keeps it alive on a 2-strike single. That's how the game begins. Here's Aaron Judge now. Judge jumping Shane Bieber and the Indians in Game 1 of the wild card game in Cleveland. And Judge up there hacking away, fouls it away.
When your leadoff hitter, Brian, goes up there, sees 9 pitches, ends up with a base hit up the middle, it doesn't get much better than that.
See the numbers on Judge since his return from the injured list. Had a calf injury September 16th. Hit just 178 in 12 games. Did have a home run though. And then that home run in Game 1 of the wild card series. So this is playoff Aaron Judge now, and he has been terrific in playoff moments in the past.
And that home run against Shane Bieber in Cleveland came on the first pitch. So again, Judge very aggressive.
Oh, remember a couple of years ago in the wild card game against Oakland, a first inning home run against Liam Hendricks. He's had some moments for sure. Ball and a strike on Judge. LeMahieu starts it with a base hit. A little roller foul. The Rays do have a shift on with Judge. They're not as shifty as they used to be. They almost single-handedly introduced the shift as a defensive strategy back in the 2011-2012 seasons. Kevin Cash taking over for the man that put those shifts in, and Joe Madden. Boy, has he done a great job. He is on the short list for Manager of the Year in the American League. Kevin Cash.
They shift 33% of the time. That's 19th in the big leagues.
Yeah, bottom third in the majors in that category when they used to be at the top always. Here's a 1-2, and Judge in the air. Foul territory, going to slice into the seats. Pretty tight ballpark here in San Diego. Not a lot of foul territory, not a lot of room behind home plate. And both of these teams spent a lot of time, Ronnie, trying to acclimate themselves to their surroundings, which will be host not only to this ALDS but also the American League Championship Series.
There's a lot of different kind of corners in the outfield that the outfielders have to get used to, especially the caroms if they come off the wall at a wrong angle.
Ball and 2 strikes. First 2 hitters Snell has gotten ahead of. Long pause. LeMahieu a short lead, and that one's down and in. Won't bite on it. Zunino is a good catcher. Throws it well. Had a big home run against Toronto in the wild card series. 2 good catchers tonight. We'll see Kyle Higashioka, who has turned into the personal catcher of Garrett Cole.
Zunino, with Snell throwing, though, you end up spending seemingly half of the time with your knees in the dirt trying to block pitches.
Yeah, that chest protector will get a workout tonight with that sharp slider and the big curve. Also has a changeup. And he misses inside in the dirt. LeMahieu, good base running, got a good jump. He'll end up at second base on a wild pitch.
Well, the Yankees don't steal a lot of bases, but that doesn't mean you can't advance. And that dirt ball read that they have is going to be very important against Snell and Glasnow, who pitches game 2. This ball in the dirt, nice job by Zunino. Got it off the middle of the chest protector, but it caromed to his right.
And all of a sudden, Blake Snell in a battle here in this first inning. Runner in scoring position. 15 pitches already. And from 1-2 to 3-2 now on Aaron Judge. Little slow rollers. Snell pounces, got to hurry. The throw to first, and it is just in time to get Judge. Nice play by Snell coming off the mound there, the left-hander. Had to spin and fire that throw to first base. That's a first out of the ballgame for Snell.
Well, that's a nice play by Blake Snell to get over there. You can see the mud on the ball and the release. You know he's got enough arm to get it over there, but just beats Judge by a half a step. Good play by Troy, too. Ball running into the runner. That's one of those that you really have to sacrifice your arm.
A lot of first basemen have been injured on that play right there.
I've seen a lot of first basemen shy away from that ball,
exactly.
too.
Watch it roll down the right field line. So it basically works like a bunt here. And LeMahieu at third base. Snell taking a little extra time. I don't know if he was.
Well, he was tying his shoe, and I don't know if he was taking time to really grasp the situation. But Tampa Bay is going to play the infield in here in the first.
I mean, he did whistle one over to first base to beat Judge. So taking a little extra time with Aaron Hicks stepping in, the switch hitter. Infield in, runner at third base. Hicks has homered against Snell in his career. He does have 4 hits and 22 at-bats. So not a lot of success, but he has homered. Only switch hitter in the lineup here today for the Yankees. And on the first pitch in the air, left center, plenty deep to score LeMahieu. Kiermaier will haul it in. And that first inning scoreless streak is over for Blake Snell. LeMahieu steps on the plate. The Yankees are on the board first. Sac fly and an RBI for Aaron Hicks.
Textbook inning so far here for the Yankees. You know they can slug, but to be able to do that, got the runner over, got him in.
So now the base is empty with 2 away, and here comes Luke Voit. Boy, what a year he put together. Led all of baseball in homers, was 4th in the major leagues in RBIs. He slimmed down Luke Voit. He's on the first pitch, late on it, fouls it away.
Well, it seems the better pitcher you face, the more aggressive you have to be, because you don't want to get behind in the count when they have those wipeout breaking pitches.
And like we saw with LeMahieu and Judge, aggressive early, try to get your pitch, but when you get to 2 strikes, then you get in compete mode and forcing those high pitch counts. That's what the Yankees do so well. And Ronnie, now they have their lineup back together. They really didn't have this lineup. Aaron Boone's been waiting for this all year, and they're all coming together healthy at the right time. And it showed in that 2-game set against Cleveland when they swept the Indians, taking down the best pitching staff in the AL. On the ground, nice easy hop over there at third base for Joey Wendell, and that will retire the side. But the Yankees do something nobody's done all year. Score a first inning run off Blake's nothing. Now the Tampa Bay Rays coming up for the first time against Garrett Cole. And the Yankee ace on the mound to face his lineup with Diaz, Lau, Arozarena. Middle 3, it's Choi Margot and Joey Wendell. Bottom 3, Willie Adames, the shortstop, Kevin Kiermaier, and Mike Zunino. And the former Astro signed a big 9-year deal this past offseason. Astro turned Yankee. Garrett Cole gets the ball for Game 1 in this American League Division Series. Yandy Diaz, the leadoff man. There's strike one.
12 starts, and this is his 12th start. His last 6, he's 5-1 with an ERA of 1.85 for Cole.
Yandy Diaz, an excellent defender, but he's in there as the designated hitter tonight. Still coming back from injury. Diaz, the 8th time he's been the DH this year, the 8th game this year. Is a little bouncer to short. Nice backhanded play by Gleyber Torres, and he's out at first. Close call. Might have a replay here. Ozzie Timmons, first base coach of the Tampa Bay Rays, is asking his bench to take another look at this.
Watch it, Torres here. He took a little extra time to get rid of this, and with the sidearm throw, ball had a little tail and up in the air. So let's see if he gets down in time. Boy, close call.
Now you do get an extra challenge. In the postseason, managers will get 2 challenges, and then they'll always go to replay as you get past the 7th inning, and that is bang, bang. I don't know if it's worth a challenge here or not.
No, I don't think so. I think the toe of Voit got down.
Okay, so they won't challenge. Play on. Here is the number 1 man in this Tampa Bay lineup, Brandon Lowe. As I mentioned when we hit the air, one of the great swings in the game. And he was at the top of the Rays hitting list in all the major categories, the 3 traditional categories in batting average and homers and RBIs. Also led him in OPS and extra base hits. And he's the centerpiece, Ron, of this offense, especially against a guy like Garrett Cole, the Yankee ace.
Well, Lau, when he's going well, he's got a very quick bat. He's a very intelligent hitter. Good 2-strike hitter.
I see the shift on for Lau. Just sliding everybody over. That's the third baseman, Urshela, in the shortstop position now. And the 1-2 pitch. Lau lays off. Garrett Cole was brilliant in Game 1 against the Indians. 13 Ks in that performance against Cleveland. And a swing and a miss. A foul tip into the mitt of Higashioka, and a strikeout, the first for Garrett Cole. 2 quick outs.
Well, defensively for the Yankees, Higashioka behind the plate. He and Cole, 4 starts, 3-1 with an ERA of 1. See the infield. Urshela made a play in Cleveland, the starter double play. One of the best plays I've ever seen in the postseason. And in the outfield, Hicks, the good arm in center field, Judge in right, and Frazier gets the start in left field.
Some discussion and consternation about, as Cole misses to Randy Arozarena, about left field. Was it going to be Brett Gardner? Was it going to be Clint Frazier? Frazier has not played in a game in 8 days, so he does get the start against the left-handed starter. Arozarena hits third for this Tampa Bay ball club. Coming over from St. Louis. He was with the Cardinals last year. Very limited playing time with the Cardinals in the postseason last season. And he rips one into center field. That had good wood on it. Hicks is going back. He's at the wall, and she's gone. Randy Arozarena squares it at 1 with a booming home run to center field. He has some thunder in his bat. And he gives the Rays their first run on the board against Garrett Cole in the first inning.
We saw Arozarena with the Cardinals last year in the postseason. This is a more buffed version of Arozarena, and he showed it there with a drive over the center field wall. We said it in the open. The one thing about Garrett Cole, he's so aggressive with the hitters. He did not beat the Tampa Bay Rays this year and gave up 5 home runs. Now 6 if you include the post.
Arozarena hit 7 home runs in the month of September. And now turns one around here in Game 1 of this division series. So a 2-out strike for Tampa Bay. Here is Ji-Man Choi, and a 98-mile-an-hour bullet misses. Yeah, that's a calm bat flip. They're going to get more aggressive as this series goes on. You know that. first career postseason home run for Arozarena. As a strike to Choi.
Choi's got some numbers against Cole, doesn't he?
Incredible how he hits Garrett Cole, unlike anybody in the major leagues. 8 hits, 3 of those homers. He's 8 for 12 in his career with 8 runs batted in against Garrett Cole. Whatever reason, he's the Garrett Cole whisperer when nobody else touches this guy. One and two to Ji-Man Choi. Popped him up. Routine in the infield. And Urshela will make the play to end the inning. But Randy Arozarena coming alive. Might be a name to remember in this postseason. During the shutdown, we were able to do some work.
Nice.
That is our T-Mobile base cam. And we are proud to debut it here. Never before seen angles. They provide compelling live shots, replays from all the bases at ground level. It's been about 4 years in the making. We're finally able to get it to the finish line and give you a look at it. It'll give you some terrific looks throughout the ball game in this series. Blake Snell back to work. Giancarlo Stanton at the plate for the Yankees after Randy Arozarena ties it up. 2-out home run for the Rays 3-hole hitter. Yankees got their run on a sac fly by Aaron Hicks last inning. And Stanton in that leadoff spot here in the second.
One of the good signs in that Cleveland series for the Yankees is Stanton hit 2 home runs in that series.
Had a homer in each of the 2 games in Cleveland. And he loves hitting here at Petco Park. Has had great success going back in his National League days. Won a home run derby here in San Diego in 16. But good to see Stanton off to a good start in this postseason, like many of the Yankees. Had some injuries, a hamstring injury, just 11 games of regular season play after the injury. Missed about a month from mid-August to mid-September. He did pop 3 homers in those 11 games, though. Good vibes in this ballpark for Giancarlo Stanton. As Snell behind him, 3-1. A little tapper in front of the plate. That's Snell once again. Much easier toss this time, and there is out number 1. I was very curious today to see how they would manicure the field, especially the area in front of home plate. Now, you come here and you're facing the Padres and their ground ball pitchers. You know you're going to get a pretty saturated spot in front of home plate, but they did it the same. This is the way they do it.
Yeah, it looks like a little darker color in front, and we've seen a couple of balls hit now that didn't really go anywhere that Snell made both plays on.
Judge and Stanton, the 2 guys who can hit them as far as anyone with the little rollers in front of home plate.
Again, another first pitch swinging by the Yankees. That was a good comeback by Snell to come back on Stanton.
Gio Urshela, what a wild card series he had. That grand slam, one of his 3 hits against the Indians. And you're right, Ronnie, he made one of the best plays that you're going to see in this postseason, starting a double play late in game 2 in that wild 4-hour and 50-minute game. The Yankees and Indians went back and forth, and it was the Yankees who were left standing at the end and advancing in 2 games.
I remember my dad was a big Brooks Robinson fan. That was Brooks-like, that play he made.
The former Indian, Gio Urshela. Snell deals. 2 balls and a strike now.
Snell trying to make a little adjustment here. You've seen most of his fastballs have been missing this inning or up in the zone.
Pairs that high fastball with that big curveball. It's a very important pitch for him. Zunino keeps putting down the number 1. 2-1 the count. A grand slam. Urshela hit. That was a low zone pitch. Fastball down in the zone that Urshela just buggy whipped to left center field. Put the Yankees back on top. Yankees got down in that game 4-0 in the first inning. Gleyber Torres waits next. 1 man gone in the second, and a fly ball slicing Margot in the corner makes a catch in foul territory, and there is out number 2. Let's check in with Lauren Shahadi. She's got more on Blake Snell. Great to see you again virtually, Lauren, until tonight.
Yeah, Snell told me before each start he practices in front of his mirror. Brian visualizes his release point with each pitch. He says the hitters are so good that all my pitches have to look like a fastball coming out of my hand. The hitters can tell if my arm's out, it's a curve. If it's slow, it's a change. I can see in the mirror my deception, and I don't stop until I'm happy with it.
Well, he's turned out to be one of the aces in this league. Of course, the Cy Young Award in 2018. I was starting to think you guys were two-dimensional beings after a long year of interacting with our baseball team at TBS. We're all glad to not only be together, but be in the ballpark. And terrific job by Major League Baseball putting this together and keeping us safe and the players safe and allowing us to bring these games to you, going with the 4 bubbles.
Yes.
So Arlington, Texas, Houston, Texas, and then the American League in LA and here in San Diego.
When this is all done, though, apologies to Zoom. I'm over Zoom.
Thank goodness for him, right? Here's Snell. He deals it, taking all the way. It's a strike, and it's 2-1. Gleyber Torres. Torres had a great series against the Indians in that 2-gamer, had 5 hits. 4 of those hits coming in game 1. Drove in 3 runs. And a roller foul.
First 6 hitters, Snell has run a 3-ball count to 4 of them. Pitch count will play a big part in Snell. They usually don't let him go more than 90 to 100 in that area.
Yeah, and it's the up downs too, right? He was going along pretty well against Toronto. They still took him out in the 6th inning. Didn't complete that inning, although he had just over 80 pitches. Here's a 2-2, and that's in there. A called strike 3. Got a generous call. Backwards K for Blake Snell in a 1-2-3 inning. All tied at 1. American League Division Series on TBS. Snell picks up his first strikeout. Season underway, at least in the Division Series in the American League. The National Leaguers will be up tomorrow. All tied at 1 as we go to the bottom of the 2nd inning. First pitch strike from Garrett Cole against Manuel Margot, the former Padre, right at home here at Petco Park. Popped a home run in that wild card series. That's a big bouncing ball. Nice play at third. And Urshela able to throw him out. Or the timing of Urshela, not just to make the play, but also to be in motion to throw a ball and get the speedy Margot.
Aaron Boone, who played the position as a player, said that Urshela is one of the best defensive third basemen in all of baseball, with Arenado, with Chapman. Says his throwing arm is just completely on time every single time.
He's on the elite list, and Margot is retired. A Randy Arozarena home run tied it for the Rays after the Yankees scored in the 1st. And now Joey Wendell, big swing and a foul tip into the mid of Higashioka.
Got to see and do 5 of the Tampa Bay Ray games this summer, and really impressed with Wendell's game. He does a lot of things to help your ball club, not only with his good bat, but his defense, versatility, base running.
On the ground, there's Urshela again, lays out and throws him out from the seat of his pants. Oh, Gio Urshela. I mean, the more he plays, obviously the bat plays, that's what keeps him in the lineup, Ron, but these defensive gems are going to start popping up on all the highlight reels.
Well, he's always been a defensive whiz. Just couldn't hit enough to really make any way in Cleveland. But ever since coming over to the Yankees, he has been not only a bat, but has kept that defensive wizardry.
Comfortable throwing the ball from odd angles. Doesn't even have to be on his feet to throw the ball, as we saw in that wild card game, and once again here tonight. You want to give a pitcher a lift too, boy. You play defense behind a guy like Garrett Cole.
Remember, Urshela was out for a few games this year because of a bad elbow. That's why I think he's wearing that sleeve. There it is again, in between hop also, and just rolls over and throws a strike.
Just an amazing story. A Colombian always an elite defender, but as you mentioned with the Indians, he could not hit his way into an everyday role as Adames, a swing and a miss, the Rays shortstop, and a 2-1 count against Cole here. Cole working fast on the attack. Blake Snell coming off a 1-2-3 inning in the second. Cole has the first 2 men retired here in the second on a couple of excellent plays by Gio Urshela. Hitters count for Adames. And a line drive knocked down on a short hop. That'll be a base hit. Torres able to keep it around the infield. It was going to be tough to throw out Adames anyway, and that'll be a base hit with 2 outs. Both of the Rays hits coming with 2 outs in the first 2 innings.
Well, they were playing Adames to pull a slider here from Garrett Cole. An in-between hop. Nice try by Torres to get a glove on it. Nice start to this division series for Adames.
The 2 shortstops, both are excellent. So a runner at first with 2 away for Kevin Kiermaier. Kiermaier on the first pitch in the air to left field. And on the track is Frazier. He's got it. And that will retire the side. 10-pitch inning. Garrett Cole gives up an infield hit. Puts up a 0 in the second. We're tied at 1 on TBS.
Chess while some other teams are playing checkers. They really have great versatility. You can see what their pitching did, not only starting pitching, but their relievers. And you can see Glasnow is going to pitch the second game, game 2. See what he did against the Blue Jays. They just are a complete ball club.
It is a franchise typically near the bottom in payroll, but they continue to have great success. They trade away star players as they start to make some money in the game, and they replenish their minor league system. They currently have a loaded minor league system, and the Rays with the best record in the American League this year. Only the Dodgers had a better record in all of baseball in this 60-game abbreviated schedule. Clint Frazier leading off, and he jumps on a pitch that is way back. How far is that one going to fly? Clint Frazier sends one out of here. 2-1 Yankees, and a guy who has not played in a major league game in 8 days delivers a bomb of a home run here at Petco.
Yeah, he hasn't played since Trevor Rogers, the left-hander, pitched for the Miami Marlins. And you're going to see this pitch. This is about the highest fastball you're going to see a major league player hit for a home run. I mean, that's shoulders high, or fence high, as Reggie Jackson used to say. And a long home run here at Petco Park.
Yeah, he got 1 at-bat in the wild card series. He hasn't seen his name in that lineup since the 26th of September, which was the last time a left-handed starter faced the Yankees. Jumping on the first pitch, Kyle Higashioka, and there is out number 1. Oh, what a pull. And we talked to Aaron Boone before the game, and he's having a lot of discussions with his staff about Gardner or Frazier. He decides on Frazier and rewards him here in his first at-bat.
Well, you have to be happy if you're Aaron Boone and the Yankees with the season that Frazier had. When Judge was out, he really had the best part of his season. His defensive play has been outstanding, too.
It's a long time to sit on a slump if you're Clint Frazier. Remember, he finished the regular season 1 for 20, 1 for his last 20. The 1 at bat without a hit in the wild card series. He strikes oil here in San Diego in the 3rd inning. 2-1 Yankees, back to the top of the order. Second time around now as Snell faces DJ LeMahieu. In the right field, closing on it, Margot. He's got it for out number 2.
One thing you're going to learn as the teams try to go further in this postseason, it's going to take all 28 guys to get through it because of the no off days during the division series and the league championship series. Everyone is going to have to come through at some point.
5 consecutive days to play 5 potential games in this ALDS. There'll be a day off, and then that'll roll into the ALCS, which will be 7 in a row. So the depth will be challenged. But there are expanded rosters to 28 this year in the postseason, which was the way it was in the regular season. Aaron Judge, his second time around against Snell, had a little bouncer. Snell made a great play on him to retire him in that first inning on a swinging bunt. On the ground, weakly hit right to Ji-Man Choi, and Judge is 0 for 2, retired to end the inning here in the third. So 8-pitch inning for Snell, but Clint Frazier goes downtown, and the Yankees text Little League to 313131, and T-Mobile will donate $1 to their Little League call-up grant program so our kids can keep playing ball. Thanks to our friends at T-Mobile. Yankees ace, the tone center Garrett Cole back on the mound. Zunino hooks one foul, and everybody's aggressive right now. Both teams trying to feel out these two aces, and already we've had 2 homers. Clint Frazier goes deep to give the Yankees a 2-1 lead. Ian Hicks with the RBI so far.
Well, you can see from that average that Zunino doesn't hit it often, but when he does, he can have some moonshot home runs.
Homered in the wild card series against the Toronto Blue Jays, and that big swing at a miss. Cole coming off a 10-pitch second inning. He's given up 2 hits, both coming with 2 outs in the frames. That home run by Arozarena, the run on the board. 2 fastballs that have been sent out of here. Frazier and Arozarena. 2-2 the count on Zunino. The SoCal battery of Higashioka and Garrett Cole, and a wave and a miss. Cole wipes him out. Higashioka secures it over at first base. There is out number 1. Moments ago, Lauren had a chance to catch up with the Yankees manager, Aaron Boone.
Aaron, first 2 hitters saw 16 pitches. Was working Snell deep in the count the plan?
I don't know so much about working deep, but just making sure he's in the strike zone, because he's so tough at getting chases out of the zone, and obviously as a big strikeout artist, you got to make sure he's in the zone.
Why'd you decide on Frazier? It paid off.
Clint's been a huge part of what we've done. He's a big reason why we're here. He's had a great year, and he belongs in this game.
Aaron, appreciate it.
Yep.
Well, yes, he does. He did so much when Judge was out injured. Played a lot of right field. 35 hits, 15 of them were extra base hits, including 8 home runs for Frazier.
Got some serious tools, and he showed you some of that bat speed. He can hit them as far as anyone. 418-foot home run on a 96-mile-an-hour fastball from Blake Snell. Yandy Diaz back around, second time now for the Rays. Diaz, the designated hitter tonight. He bounced to short his first time up. Rays always changing their lineups. We showed you 59 different lineups in the 60-game regular season. Yandy Diaz is in that spot here today. It looks like Cash starting to lean towards his DH role in the leadoff spot.
Tsutsugo they used there for a good part of the season.
It's only the second time this year Diaz has hit leadoff as the DH. Excellent defensive third baseman is Yandy Diaz.
The Rays used the lineup this year were all natural left-handed hitters in the lineup.
He's just making his way back. Had a hamstring injury, missed the final month of the season. Did start game 2 of that wild card series against Ryu. It's a big bouncer out to short. Nice easy hop for Torres. And Garrett Cole has retired the first 2 batters of this third inning. Two gone for Brandon Lau. Lau looking for that first home run in the postseason. Top 10 in the American League this year. He finished 9th in slugging this season. High OPS, over 900. Rays fans cringe when they hear this, but it is true around the game. Brandon Lowe might be one of the most unheralded superstars out there. He was an all-star last year, made a run at Rookie of the Year, but he is a great player and a great hitter inside the game. Every opposing manager and pitching coach certainly game plans around him. He is the centerpiece of that Tampa Bay offense, hitting in the number 2 spot.
Well, that's the spot right in the lineup the last half dozen seasons or so where the superstar for your team will hit. It's in the number 2 hole.
Lau rolls over one foul. Lau finished 3rd in the Rookie of the Year voting last year. Yordan Alvarez of the Astros won the award. Tampa Bay recognized his ability and they locked him up. They don't do the long-term extensions very often. Remember, Evan Longoria signed the big deal before he even made it to the big leagues. He signed a long contract. Yeah. And Lau signing a 6-year extension last year.
Well, that's how the Tampa Bay Rays try to keep those players that they deem their most important players in a Tampa Bay uniform.
3-2 the count, 2 outs in the inning. And Cole deals, and a swing at him is put it right by him at 99 miles an hour. Garrett Cole, after Frazier gives the Yankees the lead, a shutdown inning. 1-2-3. The Rays go in order. And the power cheese of Garrett Cole. Still 2-1 Yanks. Presented by Utz Snacks. The little Utz girl making her way to Petco Park in San Diego. Among the cardboard cutouts. Embrace the strange, everybody. Just great to have baseball and playoff baseball back and running again. Blake Snell back on the mound. First pitch strike to Aaron Hicks. The switch hitter drove in the first Yankee run with a sac fly. Saw one pitch in that at bat and delivered DJ LeMahieu. Frazier popped the homer to lead off the 3rd. Let's see if Snell can settle in here. There's a little soft liner that gets by Adames into left center, a base hit. Aaron Hicks with his first hit of the night. He's aboard to start the 4th inning. A moment ago, Lauren had a chance to visit with Kevin Cash, the Rays skipper.
Kevin, we know the Yankees don't chase. How does Snell keep them off balance?
Well, he's going to have to get in the zone a little bit more. I think he's starting to find his rhythm. The first inning, he was behind on a lot of guys, but it's just credit to his stuff that he can still find ways to get him out. 23
regular season games for Randy Arozarena, and then this on the grandest stage. What impresses you most?
I wish I could explain it. He can hit the ball, he can hit anybody's fastball, and he hits as far as anybody.
Appreciate it, Kevin.
Thanks.
You remember that Arozarena was positive for COVID,
yes.
So he didn't start his season till the 30th of August. And in 1 month, he's become just about everyone who follows the game's pick to have a great postseason.
What a find. Rays do that. They acquire a lot of players, and they have great success. Randy Arozarena. He's wiping out what he was most famous for last year. You remember that when we were?
I do remember.
We were there. He was the man who ran the IG Live with Mike Schilt, the Cardinal manager, and a very boisterous, let's say, post-game celebration after they won their division series round. No, the Cardinals didn't trade Arozarena for that.
Well, it's interesting. They traded him with Jose Martinez. And then they traded Martinez to the Cubs to give Arozarena more opportunities to get some at-bats. And boy, he's won the job.
Ball and a strike on Voit. Got a runner at first, Aaron Hicks. Voit bounced to 3rd his last time up. Snell's just fighting himself a little bit. You can see in his body language he wouldn't be the greatest poker player in the world. You see a lot of his expressions on the mound, but He is frustrated right now, barking at himself after that last offering.
You're saying he's got a few tells when he's struggling with his tempo.
That's it. Good word. He is a strikeout pitcher, but he does have a ground ball pitch. That is the changeup. And he could use one here from the Tampa Bay perspective.
Doesn't have a great move to first. He's pretty quick to the plate. The Yankees don't run a lot unless Gardner's in there. And even Gardner doesn't run that much anymore.
Snell, not only do they not try to run, they're rarely successful. Just 4 attempts all year in his 11 starts. Just 1 successful stolen base this season. Zunino caught a piece of that one.
He's got hit a couple times now early in this game.
He got clocked on the follow through in that Toronto series. I think that was from Vlad Guerrero. And yeah, the follow through got him. Is it the follow through or the foul pitch? Oh no, right on the shoulder.
Right in the shoulder.
Thought he got the double whammy right there.
Interesting. Look at his right hand. Keeps it in front of him. That's very rare nowadays. Most catchers want that behind him so it doesn't get hurt, but it's his shoulder that takes the hit there.
Direct hit. The tools of brilliance.
There you go. I like it better that way.
Who wouldn't want to be a catcher? Infield shift is on. 3 on the left side, 2-2 the count, and Snell a leisurely toss just to let Hicks know he's there. Ready for a 2-2 and a swing and a miss. He got him. Snell with his second strikeout and went with the breaking ball. First out of the inning for Blake Snell.
He's got so many weapons, and you were talking about it before, Brian. He'll live in the top of the zone with his fastball and then counter with a slider, that pitch there, or the big curveball. Just really pulls that slider down to the back right foot of the right-handed hitter.
What's the old adage you pitchers have? Spin to win.
That's right.
And the spin to win is certainly a program for Blake Snell. 25% of his pitches are curves and sliders against right-handed batters, and that's where most of his strikeouts come from. Falling behind Giancarlo Stanton. Stanton, little tapper to the mound his first time up. Couple of rocket home runs against the Indians in each of the first 2 games of the wild card series. He's also in our DraftKings numbers as we take a look inside the quadrants for Giancarlo Stanton. Low ball hitter, does big damage, especially when the ball is away from him. Must pitch him inside. Had one of the more gruesome hit by pitches that we've seen in Major League Baseball. That was many years ago as a member of the Marlins.
Mike Fiers was the pitcher, right?
That's right, yeah, in Milwaukee. He's that closed off stance. Hicks on his way back.
Well, Giancarlo Stanton has experimented with his stance after he got hit by Mike Fiers. It's morphed into a lot of different stances, and he's settled now on this very closed stance.
He's ahead 2-0. 1 man out in this 4th inning. Yanks the visiting team, and that one misses. 3 balls, no strikes on Stanton.
It's the second time he's gone 3-0 on Stanton. Came back in his last at bat.
Stanton's been a terrific career hitter against lefties. Nearly a 300 average over his career. OPS over 1,000. We got Urshela due next, a hot hitter. See how aggressive Snell wants to be. 3-0. Fires a strike right at the bottom of the zone with a fastball.
It's 2 times now Stanton's taking the pitch 3-0. 3-0 has become the new 2-0 in baseball. Almost everyone is swinging now.
It's his ground ball pitch, the changeup. 1 away in the inning, and in there for a strike. Stanton gave up on it. Fluttered in for strike 2. Now the count full against Giancarlo Stanton.
Good pitch to get back into the count by Snell. Perfectly placed. Changeup.
Seen Snell use the slider more this year than he did last. Had some injuries last year, elbow problems. See what he gives him. 3-2 with a runner at first. Stanton takes ball 4. Close pitch, couldn't get him to bite. Stanton is on, and the Yankees with 2 on and 1 away, putting up a threat again here in the 4th.
That was a big pitch for Snell. He figured he had him in a place where Stanton would be swinging, but still stayed patient to work out that walk.
Kyle Snyder, the Rays pitching coach, on his way out. Let's check in with Lauren Shahadi. What do you have, Lauren?
Yeah, Brian, Stanton's incorporated a new pre and mid-game routine this year. In workouts, he uses that high-velocity pitch machine, the breaking ball machine, to give him different looks. And in an effort to stay warm during the game, you'll see him run down the line. He says, when I'm DHing and I don't run the bases for 2 at-bats, that's an hour and a half of no movement. He's trying to keep his body going all game.
I'll be very curious, Lauren, to see if he does that when fans are back in the stands. You know, you're going to hear a few things when you go running down the foul lines. So meeting at the mound, Stanton with a hard-earned walk, 2 on, 1 away. Don't forget, we've never done October like this before. That means anything can happen. MLB has you covered on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube.
Talked before about Tampa Bay only allowing 3 runs in 2 games to the Blue Jays. It's because with runners in scoring position, the Blue Jays were 0 for 13. Yankees 0 for 1 today.
Gio Urshela flew out to right his first time up. That was into foul territory down the right field line. 2 on with 1 away. Snell catches the edge for strike 1. He's become key at bats early in the game. We're in the 4th. The Yankees lead at 2-1. Clint Frazier's homer to lead off the 3rd, put him ahead. Urshela is red hot right now. And 2 men on base with 1 away as Snell and Zunino go round and round with the signals.
Someone's got to step off or step out.
Finally, Urshela is the one who does it.
Not privy, of course, what Kyle Snyder said to Blake Snell, but I think that changeup that he used against Stanton on the 3-1 pitch is a good pitch for him here as he's trying to get out of this inning.
Hey, you don't want to give up on it. Just give credit to Stanton, who took it. Here's the 0-1 in the dirt. Zunino again smothers that one.
Again, Zunino, we told you that he's extremely good at keeping that ball in front of him. That one almost snuck through the 5-hole, but
that kind of play changes an inning. Double play still intact here. Won't show up in the box score, but can play big. 1 ball, 1 strike. Snell really slowing the pace here. He got 2 on behind him. He deals. And a little tapper to the mound. Snell going to go. No, he's going to go to first. Fires a bullet over there to Choi. He thought about second base with Stanton running, though. Takes the sure out, which is the 2nd out. Remember, Snell's already unleashed one on a throw to first base. This one takes the sure out at first this time.
Well, he had a chance to go to second base, but he took the sure out. The thing you have to remember, when he made that pitch, Ji-Man Choi was off the bag behind Stanton. So Stanton got off the bag 15 to 20 feet. So he was going to get a lot better jump to second base.
And did you notice Zunino pointing to second base? I think he was trying to get greedy right there.
That's right.
And Snell, pitchers always have the last say, Mike. He knows that. And now 2 men are out. 2 runners in scoring position. Here's Gleyber Torres. And another block by Zunino. Hicks holds his ground. Hicks took off, then stopped. Heck of a play by Zunino right there.
Again, really in a high position for Zunino, almost like he's ready to drop to his knees before the pitch is even thrown. Gleyber Torres has been great in this postseason.
Gives pitchers a lot of confidence when they can throw those breaking balls in the dirt. Big chance for the Yankees here. 2 on, 2 outs. Stanton hits the runners, and that one misses away.
Torres 5 for 8 with 3 RBIs and a home run so far in the post.
Had the 4 hits in game 1. Came back with another hit in game 2 against Cleveland. Yankees put 22 hits on the board, 25 hits in those 2 games. Big pitch here, 2-0, 2 outs in the 4th, and Snell misses. Do have a base open at first.
Hard to pitch around a guy when the guy in the on-deck circle took you deep in his first at-bat.
And no holes in this Yankee lineup for Aaron Boone now that they are whole once again. Snell with his 20th pitch of the inning. Torres, see if he has a green light. He takes, and it's ball 4. So Torres will reach. That'll load the bases. And here comes Clint Frazier now. After a booming home run in the 3rd inning, he'll step in with the bases loaded in the 4th.
Well, I think Kevin Cash said it perfectly to Lauren Shahadi, and that was he's going to have to spend some more time early in the count to these hitters in the zone. He's going to have to control the count to get to those pitches that he can strike out hitters with.
Pitch number 64 here, 21st pitch of the inning. They're loaded up. Hicks, Stanton, and Torres as Frazier takes a strike. A big curveball. Snell does cut loose a lot of wild pitches, 7 of them in the regular season, tied for the most in the majors. His teammate Glasnow was on that list. Sonny Gray as well. He deals in the dirt. Zunino smothers another one. These are like home runs for catchers. They don't show up, but every time he gets down and blocks one, it saves a run.
Well, they're always in a tough position because everyone assumes that you're supposed to stop every single one in the dirt and keep it real close to you. It's not that easy. Hours and hours on the back fields, honing that craft of blocking the ball in the dirt.
Snell in the deep waters here, but he does have 2 outs. Frazier's homer in the 3rd gave the Yankees the 2-1 lead. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here he comes. 2-1. Falling behind again. That is an at-bat tipping pitch right there. The 1-1 pitch. Do you get ahead 1-2, or do you fall behind 2-1?
And here's the decision you have to make. You're behind in the count. Do you go back with the fastball, the Frazier hit for a home run, or you stay with the soft stuff?
A high fastball he hit for a home run, about a shoulder high fastball. Here's the 2-1. Frazier late fouls it away. 96-mile-an-hour fastball. That was the same speed on the fastball that Frazier launched out of here. StatCast powered by Google Cloud, and it was a no-doubter. 418-foot home run. 105 the exit velocity, high launch angle at 33, and that was way up there in the bleachers. Snell's got him 2-2 now. Hicks ready to run at 3rd on a pitch in the dirt that gets by. And a swing and a foul tip into the mitt of Zunino. A strikeout for Blake Snell. That's a big out. Mark that one. 2 Ks in the inning. The Yankees strand them loaded. Still 2-1 New York. Head to the bottom of the 4th inning. Randy Arozarena, the lone run on the board, hit a bomb of a home run off Garrett Cole. Coming in the 1st inning with 2 outs. TBS Total Motion presented by Progressive. There's Arozarena who starts it like a first pitch changeup that time from Cole. A fastball hitting machine, Arozarena. And there's a fastball. Takes it. 1 ball, 1 strike. Cole working fast. He deals. Missed it. 2 balls and a strike now.
He did everything for this offense down the stretch, hitting 6 of his last 7 games. He was 11 for 24 for 3 home runs and 5 RBI and scored 7 times.
And hits a bullet into right field. A base hit. Arozarena is 2 for 2 tonight. The only other hit against Garrett Cole was that infield hit by Adames. So Arozarena has his number early. Lead off base runner for the Rays in this 4th inning.
Well, this is impressive, right? To hit that fastball over the center field wall, and that time just waited long enough on that breaking ball from Cole and hit it to the right side.
Think about all his power, and he does have great power and great hands, but he's been a table setter as well. Leading off innings, getting on base about half the time when he leads off innings, and he keeps that going here in the 4th. That sets up Ji-Man Choi now. Another of the wounded Warriors for the Tampa Bay Rays. They've kind of had a 3-man sim game recovery center going with Austin Meadows, who is on this roster for Tampa Bay. We'll probably see him at some point in this series. And then Ji-Man Choi and Yandy Diaz. Those guys have been trying to get their at-bats, trying to face as much live pitching as they can. The former Yankee, briefly, Ji-Man Choi. Played for the Yankees in 2017. Came up in the middle of the summer that year. Only played in 6 games. Found a home here with the Rays, though. After bouncing between a number of organizations, number of trades, and DFAs, designated for assignment in Major League Baseball, which is essentially when you get released or taken off the roster.
Well, I think they do the best job of any team in the game of making sure the players they have, putting them in the right situation to excel, whether it's the bullpen, starting pitching, or everyday players.
A lot of versatile parts, pretty much a platoon everywhere, minus second base, shortstop, and center field. And that ball's hit hard into left center field. That is way back, and Ji-Man has sent one out of here. 2-run blast for Ji-Man Choi. And just like that, the Tampa Bay Rays are on top 3-2.
Ji-Man Choi, the easiest click to pick of all time with his numbers against Cole. Just fastball away on the outer part, and just so much power the opposite way by Choi. Just a little left to center.
It's incredible numbers against Garrett Cole. Cannot get him out. That's his 10th career hit. On the first pitch, Margot into right field. That's going to be run down by Judge. First out of the inning. Choi with his 4th career home run against Garrett Cole. Barrel.
Short swing by Choi. When you think about how to approach him, high velocity seems not to be his friend, but he jumped all over that fastball from Cole.
So Garrett Cole with 1 away, and it'll be Joey Wendell now. Was robbed of a hit by the third baseman Urshela last time up. Let's check in with Lauren. What do you got, Lauren?
Brian, a moment ago, Willie Adames leaning against the dugout, screaming at Ji-Man Choi, saying, "Tell them who you are. Let them know." Willie's always top step to congratulate his teammates.
He is. He is a great leader, a great vocal encourager down there.
Listen, Garrett Cole knows who Ji-Man Choi is.
Sure he
Those
does.
kind of numbers.
Oh, absolutely. And you figure out, and he was asked about it in his press conference yesterday, and he even said not taking anything away from Ji-Man Choi as Wendell rips one into right field, a base hit. So Joey Wendell, the 3rd hit of the inning for the Rays. But Garrett Cole even admitted, he goes, look, what I remember about a lot of those at-bats are mistakes I've made. Not to take anything away from his talent, but I got to be better, got to pitch better.
That's right.
G-Man gets him once again here tonight.
3 balls hit hard in this inning off Cole. Talked about his numbers during the regular season. Started 3 times, didn't win a game, gave up 5 home runs against this Tampa Bay team.
Here is Willy Adames. Lauren just referencing the Rays shortstop. Never had a bad day, this guy. I mean, he is full of life, full of energy. Fans, no fans. Saw him dancing the entirety of the workout yesterday between his work at short and in the cage, and constantly talking to his teammates.
The Rays are a team that didn't run a lot in August, ran a lot in September, but really will take what the team gives them. So if a pitcher's on the mound and is quick to the plate, and Cole can be quick to the plate, they won't attempt to steal. Wendell's one of the guys who will, though.
What about the combination of Cole and Higashioka at this point?
Well, Higashioka's a little better than average thrower, but Cole's one of those guys that he's about a 1-4 maybe to the plate. Usually 1-5 and above is when the Rays want to run.
It turns into simple math for them. They ran wild beginning in the last week of August. Thomas fouls one back this way. 1 ball, 2 strikes on the Tampa Bay shortstop. Just another area Tampa Bay felt like they could maybe get ahead of the curve. There's not a lot of stolen bases these days in the game. And Kevin Cash even said before the game, we really didn't know what we had. We didn't know our speed. We didn't know what kind of base runners we had. And so once they settle into the season a little bit, starting that last week of August, they were running wild on the rest of their division in the National League East.
48 stolen bases this year, 84%, which was 3rd in the American League.
Rays beat the Yankees 8 out of 10 this season. 5 of 6 came at Yankee Stadium, but they have not matched up since early September. That was just when the Rays were starting to put in the running game. It's not just the stolen bases either for Tampa Bay. It's their aggressiveness to go first to third, to try to score, force the outfielders to make throws. Adames a swing and a miss. Cole strikes him out. Gets some confirmation from his catcher. That's some good life on that breaking ball. And Adames is out number 2. That's strikeout number 4 for Garrett Cole.
Well, just like Snell, the breaking pitches from Cole can be wipeout at times. That's the big curveball that fooled Adames.
So Adames 1 out of 2 with that infield hit. 2 outs in the inning. Here's Kevin Kiermaier. Jumped on the first pitch his last time up. He flew out to left. Kiermaier, the longest tenured Ray. Foundational piece for them. He's another guy the Rays developed, and he found something in this organization. Ronnie, he was a 31st round draft pick.
Yeah.
Played at tiny Parkland College in Champaign, Illinois. And he takes a strike.
Be the great defensive player he's been for all these years on that turf really says something. There's the profile on Kevin.
Outstanding defender, 3-time Gold Glove Award winner. Got a runner at first with 2 outs. The 1-1 misses. 2 balls and a strike now on Kiermaier. 3 hard hit balls in this inning against Garrett Cole. The 2-run homer by Choi has Tampa Bay in the lead. Two and 1. Roll over ground ball. Nice easy hop. LeMahieu makes the play, and Cole is out of the inning. But a leadoff single by Rosarena that sets it up for Ji-Man Choi. 2-run blast. Rays lead at 3-2.
And family in my 5-hour energy shots. Get it done.
Oh, beautiful shot of San Diego, California. The CNN drone team giving us these beautiful images. The Gaslamp District, downtown San Diego. This beautiful ballpark opened in 2004, had the All-Star game in 2016, and just had a postseason wild card series won by the home team Padres over the St. Louis Cardinals. The Padres will be in play tomorrow. Kyle Higashioka will lead off at the bottom of that Yankees order. 9th place hitter is the Yankee catcher. Higashioka, LeMahieu, and Judge coming up. There is activity in the Tampa Bay bullpen as Snell completes 4 innings. You see Diego Castillo. And we'll see if Snell can get through this fifth. That ball's ripped deep into left field. That is way back and gone. A long home run from the bottom of the order. Kyle Higashioka goes deep. And we're all tied at 3. We talk about bonus offense in this very talented Yankee lineup. That's the one at bat you're trying to get through with no damage. And the Yankee catcher jumps on one.
The fastball is supposed to be away. It was middle in. Pulls those hands in and drops the head on that fastball.
There have been no cheapies thus far. Higashioka, the 9th place hitter. Frazier, the 8th place hitter, with 2 booming home runs here against Blake Snell.
Higashioka had some home runs this summer. He had a 3 home run game.
Back to the top of the order now. DJ LeMahieu. A little half swing. He goes. There's really no more discussion about Gary Sanchez with Garrett Cole on the mound. That may change next year, but because of the comfort zone, because of the new surroundings for Cole as a Yankee, as LeMahieu beats one into the ground, Adames fires across the diamond for out number 1. Well, plenty more LDS postseason baseball coming up tomorrow. First on FS1, it's game 1 of the Marlins and the Braves. First pitch at 2:08 Eastern, and then on TBS, coverage beginning at 4 Eastern. Game 2, Astros A's from up the road in Los Angeles. First pitch at 4:37. And then Ronnie, Lauren, and I will be back here for game 2, Yankees Rays. 8:10 p.m. is first pitch Eastern. And then FS1 will bring us home, Padres Dodgers at 9:38. Tyler Glasnow will get the start tomorrow for Tampa Bay. That ball's ripped. Judge into left field and whistles one out of here. Aaron Judge, a frozen rope into the seats. Yankees are back on top, 4-3. Judge wasting no time and hits a missile out of here.
Well, Blake Snell, like most pitchers, first couple of times through the lineup, batting average at around 140. That third time through the lineup, batting average jumps over 300. And Judge here just jumped all over a breaking ball right in the middle of the plate. And you knew it was hit hard enough. It's just whether it was high enough.
Right. And just kept going. Kissed it. Snell gave up 10 home runs in 11 starts in the regular season. And the Yankees get him for 3 so far tonight. Hicks fouling off the first pitch, his 3rd at bat. Judge with his 2nd home run in this postseason. Now the percentage of runs via the homer, the Yankees, because they didn't have a lot of their big bats together at the same time, not as representative as what their lineup looks like right now in the postseason. Hicks, big chopper over to 3rd. This is Wendell. 2 outs.
So the Yankees in 24 2/3 innings here in the post have hit 10 home runs.
And 10's a magic number, Ronnie, because there are 10 home runs currently in the division series today, going back into the Astros and A's. Every team has at least 2 homers so far, and we're just getting started. Speaking of homers, the MLB home run champ, Luke Voit. Astros winning the opener against Oakland today. Astros were the visiting team at Dodger Stadium. They strike first against the A's. Another division rivalry. They don't like each other. That ball's hit well into right center field. Margot's on the run, reaches up, and it's off his glove. Voit with that bad foot hobbles into second base. Margot had it briefly, but could not secure it. And it'll be a double for Luke Voit.
Well, that's the one thing you have with the Rays. It's like they have 2 center fielders out there with Kiermaier and Margot, who played a lot of center field for the Padres here. And just off the heel of his glove. Outstanding attempt by Margot.
All that familiarity with Petco Park, but as you mentioned, as a center fielder, not as a right fielder. Going back the other way on a ball like that. And cannot make the play. Keeps the inning alive here with 2 outs for Stanton. Big swing and a miss, and a fastball right down the middle. Stanton had a terrific at bat last time up. Drew a walk, laid off some tough pitches, curveballs and changeups just off the plate. Yankees stranded the bases loaded last inning. After that, Stan walked the second base runner.
You know, Brian Snell this year, almost 2 home runs every 9 innings pitched. That was the highest of his career and 5th in the American League this year.
Missed. 2-1 the count now.
Snell could have got through this inning. Then you would see the bullpen start to work for Tampa Bay, but it's too early here because it's so imperative with no days off that the starting pitchers have to give you 5+ at least.
Manage the games completely different this year with 5 in a row as opposed to the off-day travel day. Really forces you deep into your staff. Slow roller foul. Just got a piece of it. Did stand. And that's 2-2 now. High pitch count for Blake Snell. Doesn't have the command that he would like here today. But the Yankees will do that to you, this lineup. Forces you on the edges. And if you're missing, can make for a long day. Diego Castillo has been throwing. I think it was a no-brainer to bring him in if there were runners on base and they still had the lead. Now Kevin Cash going to try to let it ride and get Snell through 5, but this most certainly will be his last inning. Two and two the count. Runner at second, Voit. Stanton takes a ball. I think the big decision that Cash is going to have to make, do you go get him if Stanton reaches? And you know he's wrestling with that right now. Never gone more than 6, and usually he's out in 5. Stanton takes a called strike 3 right on the corner. Big pitch for Snell to get out of it, but the Yankees strike again from their bottom of the batting order. First, Kyle Higashioka launches one. That tied it. And then Aaron Judge hits a line drive bullet out of here to give the Yanks the lead. Postseason gear and cheer on your team at home with the official source, MLBshop.com. Garrett Cole back to work here. And again, the Yankees offense giving him a lead, 4-3 New York. Zunino sends that one foul. Blake Snell has the look of a pitcher who is done. That is Kyle Snyder, the pitching coach, and some handshakes, some discussions. We'll see. There is activity in that Tampa Bay bullpen. Ryan Thompson, so that would be a pretty good indication that he's coming out.
In one of those games, he didn't have his best stuff, but boy, he battled, didn't he?
Garrett Cole deals Zunino a wave and a miss. That sharp slider by Cole picks up a strikeout. Second time he has punched out Zunino. 5 strikeouts for Cole in this one.
Well, Cole's used to this run support. He got way over 7 runs per game for offensive support, and you're waiting for him to take this game over. That strikeout of Zunino maybe as a start.
I'm sure you had plenty of catchers that you preferred to throw to in your career, Ron, as Diaz swings and misses. I mean, did you go to the step where you asked for a particular catcher? And what's the dynamic about that in the clubhouse?
Well, I think as a pitcher, you don't ask for, you're hoping that the manager makes the decision for you if he sees something that he thinks is a good relationship.
Bouncing ball over to third. Urshela takes care of Diaz. Well, these two, Higashioka and Garrett Cole, Lauren Shahadi, they go way back. They played on scout teams together, which are big out here in Southern California. They've known each other since they were teenagers, and it has been a beautiful pairing down the stretch here of the season for Garrett Cole.
Indeed it has, Brian. They were both drafted by the Yankees in 2008. Kyle started his career that year. Cole opted to go to UCLA. The scout who discovered both of them, his name is David Keith. So fast forward to this year, Cole and Higgy strike out their first batter, and Cole called Kyle to the mound and said, hey, you saved that ball, let's sign it and send it to David Keith. He was the first one to believe in us.
That is about as fantastic a story, and that he could be thinking about that scout while he's pitching one of the bigger games he's had in his career really tells you a lot about Cole.
There are scouts in the ballpark tonight, by the way. Scouts have not been able to go scout games. It's different now in the playoffs, and it's great to see the unsung heroes of this industry. And
I know the world is changing, Brian, and a lot of scouts seem like they're losing their job now. Baseball cannot be better with those guys losing their jobs.
Amen. And they're the lifeblood of this game, and out there doing the hard work, trying to find these players as amateurs. And David Keith got some great recognition from Cole and Higashioka right there. Great of those guys to point him out, give him some publicity.
What a dream, though, for David Keith.
Oh, man.
2 guys he scouted are now battery mates.
I remember talking to Red Murph, the famous scout who signed Nolan Ryan back in the day. And, how hard was it to sign a guy who threw 100 miles an hour? He said, that one wasn't so hard, but those diamonds in the rough, those are the ones that really get the scouts going. Big bat due next. The hot bat, Randy Arozarena, who has 2 hits, including that solo homer. Brandon Lau in a 3-2 count. Just when Cole was trying to put together a quick inning, Lau works him full with 2 away. Cole's been on this great run. Last 5 starts with Higashioka behind the plate. ERA at 1.3. Excellent defensive catcher who gave him some punch with the bat with a home run last inning. That's a walk. Lau will reach. The inning is extended. And a 2-out walk given up by Garrett Cole. Hey, Major League Baseball encourages fans to take an active role in their communities and make a plan to vote this election season. Visit MLB.com/vote to learn more. So Cole will face Randy Arozarena. Hit a long home run in the first, singled and scored on the Choi homer in the 4th. And he's up there on the first pitch. Hits another rocket into right field. It goes. Lau's going to turn and burn, head to third. And with 2 outs, the Rays get something cooking here against Garrett Cole. Arozarena, Ronnie, 3 for 3 thus far tonight.
With 2 good pitchers, this fight is more like haymakers are being thrown every inning. What did Kevin Cash say? It doesn't matter how hard you throw, he can hit anyone's fastball. It's got about as quick a bat as you're going to see in the major leagues.
When you love the way he's using all fields, he pulled the home run, or center field home run, I should say. Then both of his singles have been to the right side, just taking that big fastball from Cole the other way. Aaron Boone going to ride it out with Garrett Cole for sure. He is the ace, the horse. He's got a lead, and he's got 2 outs. Empty bullpen for the Yankees. But here comes Ji-Man Choi, the Garrett Cole killer in his career. Not many guys can say that. Choi with his 4th career home run against Garrett Cole back last inning in the 4th. In the dirt, good block. Yoshioka saves a run right there. Both of these catchers doing a nice job tonight. That was not your standard block here, Ronnie.
No, such quickness. He's also sitting on the outside part of the plate. He had to cover the whole width of the plate to get over there and get his body in front of that nasty slider.
That was A+ right there. You see Lau ready to run. Tying run over at third base. Play in the 5th inning. Bottom of the 5th. Raise the home team. The top seed in this American League. Choi went opposite field in the 4th as well. Smashed one. And you see his homers against Garrett Cole. He's a regular season home runs to the right side and then goes opposite field here tonight. 3 of his 4 career home runs coming this season.
I mean, when you're as aggressive a personality that Garrett Cole is, you want to try to get through Choi. But the smarter play might be here with Margot on deck. I wouldn't give Choi anything good to hit. And if that means bases loaded with 2 outs, so be it.
Saw Matt Blake, first-year pitching coach of the Yankees, on his way out, having a chat. I mean, I'm just thinking about the great Bob Gibson. They're going to go ahead and walk Ji-Man Choi here. I mean, the late Bob Gibson just passed away, and thinking about in your life, you would never make that walk to the mound in a spot like that. But it's the right play. You get the right-hander at the plate. Cash is going to stick with Margot here. Boy, the managerial decisions and the matchups are really in play right now. Yeah, we lost Bob Gibson, Lou Brock, Tom Seaver. I mean, 3 of the greats. 2020, what a year. And losing legends. And Bob Gibson, the latest to pass away. We'll miss them all. So they're loaded up here with 2 outs. And Margot takes a strike. First pitch spinner in there for a strike. Lau drew the 2-out walk. Rosarena with the single to right. Choi with the intentional pass. A 1 pitch. Oh, crossed him up.
Did cross him up. Boy, lucky that Higashioka was able to get a glove on that and then made the catch. How did he do it?
Great hands, huh?
He coming in for a fastball up and in. He gets a breaking ball.
Wow.
You know, it's crazy. That was a strike, I think.
It was. I think you're right, but no chance for the umpire to even see that. David Rackley. See the numbers with bases loaded. Manuel Margot has been outstanding in spots like this. Big swing and a miss. Tried to chase a high fastball, 99 miles an hour, comes up empty.
Well, the best pitchers usually get these outs with the runners in scoring position or the bases loaded. But a chance here with walking Choi to make a hero out of Margot.
Let's see what he goes with here. 1-2 the count. Lau, the runner at third, carries the tying run, ready to run on a pitch in the dirt. Here it comes. It's a fastball at 100. He strikes him out. Garrett Cole just kept climbing the ladder. Got the first 2 outs quickly, then had some trouble. Gets a punch out to end the 6 strikeouts now, and the Rays do go to their bullpen. So Snell, 5 innings, is out, and Ron, it'll be Ryan Thompson, the sidewinder, in.
Well, they do have a stable of guys that throw hard out of that bullpen, but Ryan Thompson's not one of them. He's the guy that throws from the side. Usually use him against, he's going to be used against the right-handed hitters of the Yankees.
He is one of the many reclamation projects that the Tampa Bay Rays have hit on. Was a minor league Rule 5 pick from the Astros. Had Tommy John surgery a couple of years back, or prior to that pick. And he's got Urshela to lead off. First ball swinging, little flare is going to fall into right field, a base hit. Urshela is having a terrific postseason. Singles to right to start the 6th for the Yankees. How about that? This postseason, the Yankees have found it with all their pieces back together. 26 runs. They've hit 10 home runs, including 3 tonight.
And 2 from their 8th and 9th place hitters. So the depth of their lineup is so strong.
Leadoff runner, Urshela. Gleyber Torres now. Clint Frazier's home run out of the 8th spot in the 3rd inning gave the Yankees the lead. And then Higashioka's homer last inning out of the 9th spot tied the game at 3. Brett Gardner waiting on deck. And that's a ground ball to first. Choi fires one to first. Return feed in time. Double play. Nicely picked and started by Ji-Man Choi. 3-6-3 double play for the Rays.
You know, Brian, I think that was a 3-4-3 because of the alignment of the defense for the Tampa Bay Rays. It was Lau who had to take the throw, and Ji-Man Choi, who has great feet and a quick arm and quick release here, gets the ball to Lau and made that play look easy. That was a bullet.
From base cam. Brought to you by T-Mobile. That's a good look at it.
Nice.
See the speed of the game down there. That was a terrific play. So 3-4-3 on the double play. And Brett Gardner is going to pinch hit now. So Frazier gets his first start in 9 days. Pops a home run his first time up. And now Gardner with the bases empty and 2 away. Starting to feel like a platoon at this point. Even Aaron Boone said as much, and that's kind of how he'll roll through this. That's a good day's work, though, for Frazier, and I'm sure he was glad to see his name in the lineup today in this playoff game. First time he started a postseason game this year. Gardner didn't mean to do it. Chased a high fastball, and he's down 0-2. The holdover from the 2009 World Series champion Yankees. He was teammates with Kevin Cash, as a matter of fact, on that 2009 team. Cash, the Rays manager, does have a ring from that team. Has one with the Red Sox as well.
Gardner has always been one of those battlers. Guy who makes the most of his talent. And what you see here is, even though it's a skinny 1-run lead, coming in here to hit against the right-hander also will go in defensively and give him a little better defense in left field.
He's rising in the ranks of active postseason games played. Currently 4th on that list, and he's drilled on an 0-2 pitch. Gardner hit by a pitch. A no-no for a pitcher. So Gardner will reach with 2 away.
Breaking ball is supposed to be back door, but just held on to it too long and hits Gardner right in the knee.
When the back foot sliders turn into the front knee sliders, you've missed badly. Gardner will take that. And here comes Kyle Higashioka now. Little roller out to Adames, and that will retire the side. Scoreless inning for Ryan Thompson. These rivals in the East here in San Diego. The beautiful,
the smoothest liquid gold in the world.
I'm all in on base camp, by the way.
Me too.
That was outstanding. So Garrett Cole.
You have to exchange rosin bags. That's Ryan Thompson's.
Ryan Thompson working a scoreless inning, hit a batter, gave up a hit, but got a double play.
It's now 15 2/3 scoreless innings for the Rays bullpen.
Rays bullpen logs more innings than their starters in the 2020 season. It's going to be Wendell to lead off for Tampa Bay on the first pitch. Fouls it away, 96-mile-an-hour fastball. Cole's been able to reach back when he's needed it. We saw him hit 99, then 100 in that sequence against Manuel Margot. Ended in a strikeout with the bases loaded. Wendell standing right on top of the plate, in the air, left center field. Hicks on the run, lazy fly ball, run down for out number 1. Gardner, after his pinch hit appearance, stays in to play left. He's still an excellent outfielder, center fielder by trade, but he does not throw the ball well, and that is one area that the Rays would like to exploit if they get in a position to do so.
6 groundouts for Cole so far, 6 strikeouts, and 4 fly balls.
Got 1 away. Strike 2, Adames. Adames reached on an infield hit in the second inning. Kind of rolled over one, a ground ball in the hole between third and short. There was no throw made. Torres just knocked it down, and then Cole struck him out last time up. Adames has really struggled overall against Cole, but this year had good numbers against him. Was 4 for 8 this year, so he's 5 for 10 now against Cole this season with a couple of doubles. Prior to that, had been 1 for 15, but there are a lot of strikeouts on Adames's line against Garrett Cole.
A lot of fastballs up in the strike zone to Adames from Cole also.
1-2 the count. And reached back for a little extra. Couldn't get Adames to bite. Take a look at inside the numbers presented by DraftKings. Most strikeouts on the fastball, the four-seamer. That's the one in the 99-100 mile an hour range. Cole sits at the top, going back to the beginning of last season. Signed the biggest contract by a pitcher ever. 9-year deal for $320 million. I thought Cole, he was the ace with Pittsburgh. He's traded to Houston. Then he doesn't have to be the ace, even though he was.
Yeah.
But he didn't have to be.
That's right.
And he flourished with the Astros. Not only in the regular season, but in the postseason. He finished second in the Cy Young Award voting last year behind his teammate Justin Verlander. And maybe feeling a little bit of that stress being the ace in New York after a big contract to start this season.
He'll be asked to do exactly what CC Sabathia brought to the Yankees, and that's a world championship.
That started in 09, CC's first year. 3-2 the count. And a swing at him as he chased ball 4, but Adames is down again. Cole up to the big velocity again to get the K. 7 punch-outs.
He's trying so hard to try to catch up to that fastball. And once you see it come out of the hand, your eyes wide open because you can't wait. You got what you were looking for, but he still blew it by him.
2 outs. Kiermaier takes a ball. Boy, Cole is racking up the strikeouts. 13 Ks against the Indians in Game 1 of the Wild Card Series. Got 7 here tonight. We talked about Bob Gibson earlier. Gibson has the record for most strikeouts in consecutive games. He struck out 27 in a 2-game window twice, Ronnie, including in the World Series in '68. Greatness personified. 2-0 pitch. Big swing and a miss.
You can see the tempo of Cole has picked up, working a lot quicker.
Sitting on a 1-run lead with 2 outs. Rays have done some damage with 2 outs. Rosarena's homer came with 2 away. Adames had an infield hit with 2 outs. And then the 3 consecutive base runners last inning with 2 outs. No runs, though. Swing and a miss. Full count now to Kevin Kiermaier. Mike Zunino hoping for a chance this inning with a man on, perhaps. Payoff pitch coming with 2 away and a swing at a miss. Cole strikes out Kiermaier. 8 punch outs, and 3 of his last 4 outs are via the K. Through 6, we'll be back here on TBS with the Astros and the A's at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time, and then Yankees-Rays from here in San Diego at 8 o'clock. It all starts with the Marlins and the Braves on FS1, and the night finishes with the Padres and the Dodgers. All of these division rivalries in the division series this season. The Central divisions don't get to play this year. National League and American League. 4-3 Yankees. We play in the 7th. Top of the order coming up for the Yankees with LeMahieu, Judge, and Hicks. Ryan Thompson is back out there for his 2nd inning. Yankees do have activity in their bullpen. Chad Green. And Garrett Cole buckling down. Getting through not just the 5th inning with the bases loaded, getting the strikeout, but then a clean 1, 2, 3, 6th inning. And keep in mind that game 5 potentially looming, and how you manage, and are you deep enough in a game where you feel good about turning it over to your bullpen if you're Aaron Boone? Not that you're going to play for a game 5. You may never get there, but has Cole had enough tonight? It looks like he has, with Green getting loose aggressively in the pen. LeMahieu is crowded. Rays have Oliver Drake. Heavy right-handed hitting lineup for the Yankees. LeMahieu, Judge. You got the switch hitter Hicks down in the hole to start this 7th inning. It misses badly. Judge is homered tonight. Hit a line drive out to left. 110-mile-an-hour exit velocity on that thing. Put the Yankees ahead in the 5th. LeMahieu 1 out of 3. Late, fouls it away. Anybody gets on, Voit would bat in this 7th. Pitching coach Kyle Snyder keeping a close eye on Thompson. That batter he hit last inning, Ron, the first one he hit this year, the first one of his career.
Really?
First hit batter he's had. An excellent command, throwing from that low arm angle. Right down the middle, LeMahieu rips one to right, base hit. Margot a little hesitant on the jump, plays that in front. And DJ LeMahieu, his 2nd hit of the game. 2 hits a night for that guy, it seems, every night in the big leagues.
He's a hitting machine.
Two singles for LeMahieu. 2 out of 4. Runner on to start this 7th inning. And the wheels in motion again for the Rays. Thompson will face Judge. And then we'll see if he'll be on there on the mound to face Hicks. Judge on the first pitch. Bouncer to the mound to go to 2nd. Out there. Throw to 1st. And it's in time. Double play. Slow developing play, but Judge got jammed so bad. He was slow out of the box. And a beautiful double play. 2nd double play turned behind Thompson, and he starts this one running.
I mean, what a play. We saw earlier Snell had a play at 2nd, didn't take it, but here, nice play. Of course, the sidearm throw is second nature to him, and they turn it over. 2 double plays now in 2 innings for Thompson. Seen some good plays by the pitchers in this evening's game. G-Man Choi with the stretch. Always love seeing that.
He didn't go into the splits, which he's got it in his bag, by the way. He can do that.
I'm waiting for it.
He didn't do it that time. So that double play makes the decision easy. If they were planning a pitching change with Hicks coming up, Hicks will turn around, hit left-handed for the first time. 2 outs, nobody on. We're in the 7th. Looking ahead to the Tampa Bay 7th inning. They've got 9, 1, and 2. Zunino, Diaz, and Brandon Lau scheduled to hit. Check in with Lauren Shahadi. What do you have on Ryan Thompson?
Yeah, he made his MLB debut earlier this year. No fans allowed. So his dad immediately jumps in a plane, flew from Oregon to St. Pete to watch his son at a bar by himself. Standing in the parking lot of the Trop post-game, 6 parking spots apart, to tell his son he was proud of him. A father's love, right?
So good. That's underneath Choi. Misplays it at first base. So Hicks will reach. Yeah, that's the real sad part about this particular year. And a lot of guys making their major league debuts and their families unable to watch them. Choi just clanked that one.
Yeah, he had the glove down. He didn't have it opened enough to make the play. And it just scoots by him. Kind of overdove it in a way, right?
Yeah, I think you're right. Maybe had a little slice spin on it. Back to the mound goes Kyle Snyder. Gives us a chance to remind you that Major League Baseball encourages fans to take an active role in their communities. Make a plan to vote this election season. Visit MLB.com/vote to learn more. So it's a 1-run game. 2 outs with the Rays down. And Luke Voigt coming up.
Well, Voigt, when you watch him hit, he's looking to pull something and hit it hard, but he does also have tremendous power to right field.
One of the reasons the Yankees targeted him in the Cardinal organization was his power to right field, that short porch at Yankee Stadium. That's a big sweeping breaking ball Voigt out in front of. Garrett Cole looks like he's done for the night. 6 innings, giving up the 3 earned runs, a couple of walks, 8 strikeouts. So 21 Ks in his first 2 playoff starts as a Yankee. And he exits with a lead. 0-2 the count. '28-year-old rookie Ryan Thompson having the key innings with his team down here in the 7th. He's gotten a couple of double play balls, had some traffic behind him. Giving up 2 hits, hit a batter. In the air, shallow left field. Arozarena went back, now coming in. He'll make the play. And that will retire the side. Stretch time, game 1 of this division series. Rays coming up. They are trailing by 1. Maybe not have his A game, but he racked up 8 strikeouts and he exits with the lead. TBS Total Motion presented by Progressive. A lot of swings and misses here tonight.
Yeah, 18 swing and misses, but good Tampa Bay team got him twice in home runs and 3 runs. Chad Green now in his 4th postseason in a Yankee uniform. Hard thrower, 95 plus with a big curveball.
And he'll face a pinch hitter. Zunino is lifted. Austin Meadows just activated. He has been out with an oblique injury. Last game played was September 17th. And stepping into the fire here tonight in the 7th inning with the Rays down 1. Big shift is on. Meadows has big power. Meadows was really struggling before the injury. Had been 7 for his previous 50 prior to the oblique injury, and it was nagging at him. Finally heard it, put him on the injured list. Was not available, not on the roster for the wild card series, but he is on there for this division series. And Ronnie's just been involved in simulation games. He's just and the high velocity pitching machine, whatever he can do to try to get his bat speed and his timing back together.
I mean, the only thing that helps is because the Rays play these Yankees so often, the familiarity with the relief pitchers of the Yankees has got to help.
Green deals, swing and a miss, 2-2 the count. Meadows hit 33 homers last year. 36 games this year, hit 4 homers. It's another steal of a deal for the Rays. He came over to Tampa Bay in that Chris Archer deal. Archer to the Pirates. Glasnow was involved in that too. And a swing and a miss. Green strikes him out. 97-mile-an-hour gas from Green. One away here in the 7th inning.
Straight over the top is Green. Great carry on his fastball, a four-seamer. Throws one of those fastballs that starts out on the knees and it seems to rise. It doesn't, but it seems to rise.
Well, he's been excellent, Chad Green, and had some inconsistent moments through the years, but again, Aaron Boone just hoping all these pieces, you get into the playoffs, that they click. And with Green to Britton to Aroldis Chapman, you get into those positions when you can get 6 innings out of a starter, and a mediocre bullpen turns much better. Diaz takes a ball. There's Aroldis Chapman, still a great weapon, one of the best going still, even though he's not pitching with the big velocity that he did. Pitched 2 innings for the win in Game 2, the clinching game against Cleveland in the wild card series, did Chapman. The inseparable pair of Margot and Adames. Yandy Diaz, 2 balls and a strike. And another rollover. Nice big hop. Shella makes the play for the out. 2 up, 2 down here for Green. Well, we opened the broadcast, Ron. You talked about Garrett Cole, the importance, and it's that way with most aces. The Rays have a great big 3.
That's right.
In Glasnow, with Snell getting the start today, and of course Charlie Morton. Different for the Yankees, though. I mean, Cole, as you said, he's got to win their games. The games he pitches, the Yankees have to win those games for them to have a chance to advance and go on and achieve their ultimate goal of winning a World Series.
You know, Brian, I said it before. I think that Cole has to have somewhat like the postseason that Strasburg had last year. Strasburg 5-0, almost perfect in the postseason last year, leading the Nationals to the World Series title. Cole's got to have that kind of postseason.
Cole in line with the win. 6 innings here tonight. Yanks lead 4-3. And there's Zach Britton. Mike Harkey, the bullpen coach, keeping a close eye on Britton. 2 outs in the inning. Lau takes. And a couple of pitchers loosening. It's Nick Anderson on the right. If the Rays tie it or take the lead, Drake would enter if the score remains the same.
You got it.
Brandon Lau, the Rays' top home run hitter this year. He popped 14, most by a second baseman in the big leagues. Had a big rip at a high fastball that time. Two the count. 2 men are out in the 7th. Green deals, misses. Green was good against right-handed batters this year, but he's a reverse splits guy. He dominated left-handed hitters this season. Lau's worked it into a full count once again. A couple of strikeouts and a walk for Lau. And he's able to draw the walk. Good take. So a 2-out base runner again for the Rays. And here comes a Rosarena for Tampa Bay. Been their hottest bat.
3 hits in this game for Rosarena. So Matt Blake goes out to the mound to talk to Chad Green.
What a start to this postseason for Rosarena. Bottom of the first inning, Yankees up 1-0. Boom. Center field, knew he got it. Not easy to know you get it in this ballpark, but it carried out of here. Rosarena with a 410-foot home run. And that tied it. And his last 2 hits are singles to right field. Both of those hit well.
You know, Brian, the interesting part about the Yankees bullpen is Green's going to have to really pick up some big outs and big innings. They're missing Tommy Canely, who went down with an injury. He was one of their better pitchers in the bullpen. And Adam Ottavino struggled this year and really struggled in September.
Again, it's back to the point when you get 6 innings from a starter and you're set up rested with these 3, you can't afford to give these away if you're Aaron Boone. But Tampa Bay has a chance here. Rosarena takes the first one. 3 hits tonight, 3 hits in the wild card game. First Tampa Bay Ray to ever have back-to-back 3-hit games in a postseason. 1-1. Rosarena played 5 games in the playoffs last year with the Cardinals. Just 4 at-bats. We saw him a little bit for defense and as a pinch runner. Now he's hitting 3rd in a postseason lineup. Another strike. 1-2 now on a Rosarena.
2 perfect pitches there from Green.
Tying run at first. Lau draws the 2-out walk. A Rosarena representing the go-ahead run. And that one misses. A little low with the fastball. Good take by Rosarena. Ready for a 2-2. And a line shot right at the shortstop Torres to end the inning. Even his outs are hard right now, but Green holds serve for the Yankees. A scoreless 7th inning as a Rosarena. It's a bullet for an out. Still 4-3 New York. We're on our way to the 8th inning in game 1 of this Snacks. And here we go to the 8th inning. Got a new battery here for the Tampa Bay Rays. 4-3 Yankees. Michael Perez will catch after Zunino was pinch hit for. And Ronnie, it's Oliver Drake on the mound for the Rays.
We don't get to say this very often, but the Naval Academy, Oliver Drake, say that proudly. He only pitched in 11 games this year because of a stint on the DL for right biceps tendonitis.
First ball swinging, Stanton, a little lazy fly ball to right. 1 pitch and 1 out for the unusual Oliver Drake. There's not many that throw like him.
Exactly. That was a fastball there, but you'll see almost half the time he'll throw a split finger that acts a little bit like a screwball, and you'll see his motion. He falls completely over to the first base side. Straight over the top. And kind of buries his head as he lets it go. Has to clear that head to get straight over the top.
Right off the end of the bat. So 1 away on 1 pitch. And Urshela now takes a strike. Old school screwball action. Fernando Valenzuela. It's a pitch that not many throw anymore. He always grips it in the splitter grip. That's how he gets it started. You'll know when you see it.
The big inning for Drake and the Rays.
Trying to hold the Yankees at 4. Another fastball. That one's in the air, center field. Going to get down. A base hit. A red hot Gio Urshela stays that way tonight. His second hit. He's 2 out of 4. Drake got to the end of the bat, but Urshela able to serve one into left center. Tampa Bay's had 1 inning tonight that went 3 up, 3 down. That was Snell in the second. Gleyber Torres with a man on, 1 away. 33-year-old Oliver Drake in a key spot here in game 1. Rays will have the middle of their order coming up in the 8th inning. Expecting Torres to pull on the ground. Had a big cut. No balls, 2 strikes.
We talked about this before. The Rays, out of that bullpen, had a lot of different styles. They have a couple of side armors from the right and the left. Aaron Loop, already saw Ryan Thompson. Drake in his unusual motion.
Now they're not rolling out sinker slider pitchers, right, one after the other. Everybody's got a different look, and it's by design. 1 away, 0-2 the count. And a wave and a foul. Just got a piece. I've heard hitters describe Drake's splitter with that screwball action. It looks like a left-handed curveball. It has that kind of spin, that kind of movement.
He does it not only with his arm and his grip, but his motion. The way he falls off gives it that extra appearance of it running in on the right-hander.
0-2 pitch. In the air, center field. Good wood on it. Backing up on it. Kiermaier got it on the track. And Urshela will retreat. Gleyber Torres flies out. Second out of the inning.
That one was a hanger, though. Stayed up in the strike zone. Didn't really have a lot of movement, and Torres just missed it.
Yep. Just got under it a piece. Hit it on a good part of the bat, but slightly under it. This Petco Park used to be one of the toughest home run parks in the big leagues until they moved the fences in 2013. Also, the buildings and the downtown scene really developed around the ballpark, so you don't see the pitcher's park anymore at Petco. It's a neutral field statistically. And the way teams hit home runs these days, every ballpark is a home run park. As Gardner takes a strike.
When it was first built, you knew you were at Petco Park if the hitters were complaining about hitting home runs here.
Yeah, all you have to do is go down to that Yankee clubhouse and chat with that guy right there, Phil Nevin.
That's right.
He had a lot of long, loud outs here. Ryan Klesko, he could tell you the stories of the early days at Petco. This park opened in 04. Made you feel like you were inferior as a power hitter.
Took away your superpowers,
That's right? Not that way anymore, though.
Adrian Gonzalez.
Boy, what a great hitter he was in this ballpark for years. No balls, 2 strikes. 8th inning, Yankees lead 4-3. Astros won earlier today, beat the A's in game 1 of that series. Gardner able to lay off. Good take. Right on the edge. Just missed Oliver Drake. Gardner gives you those kind of at-bats. Could be a spring training game, and he's going to grind. Certainly is here in the postseason. Speaking of Petco, Ronnie Gardner hasn't played here since the 2016 season. A lot of these Yankees haven't seen this part. There was a lot of work being done, as Lauren reported. Those first 3 days here for these teams, who are sharing a hotel, by the way, these very friendly rivals.
Who thought that was a good idea?
They are sharing the hotel. Lauren's at that hotel as well in the quarantine zone.
She's the mediator.
That's right. She's with the cool kids, we call it. And but there was a lot of work to try to acclimate yourself, try to prepare to play a full series here, one game after the next. 1-2 the count. Drake deals. Gardner hangs in there. Gardner pinch hitting for Clint Frazier in the 6th inning. Was hit by a pitch on an 0-2 count. Frazier with a home run in the 3rd out of the 8 spot in the order. Higashioka homered from the 9 spot in the order. The research tells us the first time the Yankees have ever hit home runs from the 8 and 9 spot in a postseason game in their history. And this pitchers used to hit for themselves.
This is their
makes sense.
409th postseason game.
That's right. So you get into the early 70s where that became a DH. But still, never happened before. That's what we love about baseball, huh? You'll see something you've never seen before.
First time ever always means something.
Especially in a Yankee uniform. 3 homers tonight for the Yankees. Rays have hit 2. Drake deals and a swing and a miss. Drake strikes out Gardner, and that will retire the side. Scoreless 8th inning for Oliver Drake. Rays are down. We go to the bottom of the 8th. This one tightening up. We head to the bottom of the 8th inning. Defensive changes for New York. Tyler Wade, an excellent defensive infielder at second. That moves LeMahieu to first. And on the mound is Zach Britton for this 8th inning.
And you make those moves because of the sinking fastball of Britton. Most of it is going to be hit on the ground. Going to get a lot of ground balls.
Luke Voit is out. His spot due up 5th in the 9th inning. 1-run Yankee lead. Here is Choi. First ball swinging and right at Tyler Wade for out number 1.
It always finds you. And it was a little in between hop for Wade, but he's got slick hands.
So if you're out there and you're wondering why Aaron Boone took Luke Voit out in this game, well, that's one reason. They get the left-handed bat. I thought the Rays may pinch hit there for Choi, but they let it ride against Britton.
It is a gamble, though. You only have a 1-run lead, right, and you take that big bat out of the lineup.
So here is Manuel Margot. 0 for 3 tonight. Had a misplay in right field, ended up as a double on Voit. Back in familiar grounds here in San Diego. Longtime Padre, traded to the Tampa Bay Rays. Britton deals. 1 ball, 1 strike. Mike Brasso will pinch hit next. It's the spot right now occupied by Joey Wendell, the left-handed bat. Margot trying to get on. Two balls and a strike to count on Manuel Margot. And he lays off. Good take. Just missed the outside edge. 3 balls and a strike. He's been aggressive in the counts in his first 3 at-bats. Patient here. Got himself in a hitter's count at 3-1. And able to lay off, and another one just missed, and it's ball 4. And now the tying run is on for the Rays. Hey, a quick reminder here: hard-hitting, high-flying, professional wrestling at its best. It's All Elite Wrestling, Boundless, AEW on TNT. Watch Wednesday night Dynamite at 8 p.m. Rays looking for a little dynamite themselves here. So Brasso will pinch hit for Joey Wendell. Tempers flared, and Brasso was in the middle of it. September 1st, Aroldis Chapman threw one over his head. Lauren reported on that earlier in the game. These two teams have a very healthy dislike for one another. Brasso gets a chance here, representing the go-ahead run in the bottom of the 8th.
And the next day, Brasso had a 2-home-run game.
Had a couple of hits in the wild card series. Brasso pinch hitting in a big spot. Britton will check on Margot. A falling down slide back to first base.
Margot's got a lot of speed, but Britton is very quick to the plate.
Again, we talked about the Rays' speed, not just their stolen base ability, but ability to go first to third, scoring on balls in a gap as well. And Britton again checks on Margot. This is an extremely fast track. The grass is perfect, and the ball really jumps. T-Mobile base cam. Margot gets back. Yankee outfielders are very deep. Brasso takes a ball. Count evens at a ball and a strike. Aroldis Chapman starting to get loose. Just now starting his throwing. Did pitch 2 innings in the closeout game against Cleveland. Rays have Anderson and Curtis. Again, Anderson's their go-to guy.
Britton unscored upon in his last 9 1/3 innings pitch, but he can sometimes lose his control of the strike zone. So much movement.
Long pause. Here he comes. Brasso to the right side, ranging over. Wade goes to second for the lead out. That was close at second base. Wade makes a nice play, though. And Brasso will reach 2 men are out in this 8th inning.
They might want to see that. If you saw Torres coming across the bag, there was a little bobble as he was trying to get it to deliver it to first. Good play by Wade. And just lost it there, Torres. I mean, you could take a peek at that one.
Maybe on the transfer. Let's see. That's in the glove there, yeah.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good play. It's an out. Just in the transfer.
So don't even need your challenges at this point. Umpires will take a look at any close play once you get to the 7th inning. So Wade into the game for defense. Makes a nice play there. Gets the lead out. Still a runner at first. Now 2 men are out. Rays down a run. Here comes Willy Adames. Big swing and a miss on the first pitch. Adames did most of his damage this year away from Tropicana Field. He was a .330 hitter on the road, even though Tampa Bay is the home team. Those numbers are relevant. 7 of his 8 home runs came away from Tropicana Field, which is a big pitcher's park. Zach Britton from the stretch, runner at first. Another long pause and a swing and a miss. And that fastball just disappears at the plate at 95 miles an hour.
If you had to name some of the best sinking fastballs from left-handers in the history of the game, Britton would be on it.
Appropriately named the turbo sinker. Britton's got a couple of balls on the ground for outs, but a man at first. The tying run. Yeah, nice pick back there by Higashioka. All these subtle little touches by these catchers make a big difference in a game like this. I can't imagine Britton. He fires pitches in the dirt, especially a fastball in the dirt, is easy to handle. Brasso runs pretty well. He'll be off with a crack of the bat. Yankee outfield extremely deep. Going to be tough to hit one to the wall. And Adames takes a fastball in the dirt again. Another block by Higashioka. 2-2 the count. All the Rays on the top rail, running out of outs, down to their last 4. Yankees took the lead with 2 home runs in the 5th. Higashioka and Judge. Britton fires. 2-2 is swung on and missed. Britton with a big strikeout. Adames down swinging. And the Rays strand the tying run at first. To the 9th we go. Yankees up 4-3. Utz Snacks changes for the Rays. Brasso stays in to play third base. New pitcher on the mound, Ronnie, is John Curtis.
Versatile Curtis. Got on the roster on August 9th, made 17 appearances, 3 starts. Also one of those 12 pitchers that had a save.
Thompson, Drake, now Curtis. First ball swinging. Higashioka into center field. That's going to fall. So a base hit for the Yankee catcher to start this 9th inning. His second hit after he homered to tie the game in the 5th. A 4 outfield alignment right there by the Rays. And yet Higashioka finds a spot.
The numbers I was talking about for the season for Curtis.
Bullpens have been excellent. 5 scoreless so far. And if you're the Rays, you're trailing, you're using what would be your B bullpen. Those who aren't typically in the games when you have a lead or when it's tied, and they've allowed the Rays to hang in there. But now New York back in the top of the order. LeMahieu with 2 hits in 4 tries tonight. Singled and scored in the first inning on the sac fly by Hicks. Garrett Cole struck out 8 across 6 innings. Still in line for the win here, as this Yankee bullpen is held serve. Green, then Britton. LeMahieu takes a ball. Leadoff single by Higashioka. And that one crowds him. Ball 4. LeMahieu is aboard. And now the Yankees with 2 on, nobody out. And Curtis in trouble right away. Going to be a visit to the mound. Gives us a chance to remind you, you can be there for every pitch this season. Bleacher Report app. Join a community of fans. You can connect with friends, follow scores from around the league. Download the BR app today. Kyle Snyder, another trip to the mound to try to settle Curtis down.
Well, yes, and we didn't mention this, but this is the first postseason for John Curtis. So, you know, certainly probably battling some nerves. And it doesn't help that Judge is coming to the plate.
Leadoff single, then a walk. And Aaron Judge, his home run in the 5th inning put the Yankees ahead in their 4th run of the game, their 3rd homer, and this one got out of here in a flash. 110 miles an hour off the bat. Judge now with 10 postseason home runs. He's got 10 homers and 20 runs batted in his first 30 postseason games. I mean, he is up there in some incredible company in Yankee lore. Judge takes a ball. So Lou Gehrig, Duke Snider with the Brooklyn Dodgers. You got Nelly Cruz, Carlos Beltran, and Judge. To be on any list with Lou Gehrig in Yankee history is A great list. Fantastic start. His postseason career. He's got 57 hits in the postseason in his career. 10 of those are homers. Had a big home run against Shane Bieber. Game 1 against Cleveland in the wild card series. Go ahead home run in the 5th. One and two now.
Supposed to be up, ended up being a sinking fastball that ran in and gets the call.
One and two the count. And he's gone. Hits the down and out corner, does Curtis. Judge strikes out for the first out.
Well, Judge didn't like that call on the pitch in. And then a perfect pitch by Curtis away. A little slider.
Perez stuck the landing as well. That's a big out for Curtis. Still 2 on, now 1 away. If you're looking ahead to the 9th, Kevin Kiermaier is the scheduled leadoff hitter in the 9th inning. Chapman will be on to pitch if the game stays as is. The potential of a pinch hit there. Hicks on the first pitch, swing and a miss. Michael Perez is due to hit second, Ronnie, so neither team carried a third catcher for this division series. Eric Kratz was left off for the Yankees, and the Rays going with 2 catchers, so no pinch hit opportunity to the second batter of the 9th inning for Kevin Cash.
They had to hit for Zunino early, and it's going to cost them a place to hit another hitter. Or a more lethal hitter off the bench.
They do have Hunter Renfroe, the former San Diego Padre. Talk about a guy comfortable hitting home runs in this ballpark. He would be available, and I'm sure he would be the first option for Kevin Cash in the 9th. First things first, though. Curtis trying to get through this inning. The Yankees are thinking about a knockout punch right here. There's Renfroe. His moment might be coming.
Drake did a great job. Curtis has got to follow.
2 on, 1 out, and a swing and a foul. 1 and 2 the count. The big lefty in the bullpen. Aroldis Chapman starting to crank it up now. Had just 3 saves this year. Very limited action in this abbreviated season. Judge still fuming over that last at bat. One ball, 2 strikes on the switch hitter Hicks. Drove in the first run of the game, had a base hit in the 4th inning. And gets jammed, a little pop up, foul territory, might have a play here. Brasso just out of his reach into the Yankee dugout. The tight quarters here at Petco Park, not a lot of foul territory.
There's a camera well where some of the photographers would sit in the day. Just juts out about 3-4 feet there.
One ball, 2 strikes on Hicks. Two on for New York. That leadoff single by Higashioka. LeMahieu walked. Here he comes. And a line shot into center field. Higashioka is going to be waved home. Kiermaier's got a great arm. The throw to the plate, the tag, and he's safe. The ball in and out of the glove of Perez. Big hit and an RBI for Aaron Hicks. And the Yankees add to their lead. It's 5-3.
Great hitting by Hicks, and what a game for Hicks. big RBI with an add-on run here in the 8th inning for the Yankees. Breaking ball hanging up in the strike zone, kind of tomahawked it out into right center.
Looked like he'd made up his mind, Ronnie. He went up there and jumped on that one. That was a close play, but even if Perez keeps a glove on it, Higashioka looked like he got in there in time. Still 2 on. Tyler Wade gets his first at-bat of the game.
I mean, Kiermaier did a great job of getting that ball off, but the 2 hops cost him the play. Perez would have had a chance with the sweep tag, but Higashioka would have scored anyway.
Insurance run for New York. And now Wade, who entered this game last inning for defensive purposes and made a couple of plays last inning, has a chance to do some damage with the bat. A slow runner at second in LeMahieu. Hicks can run over at first. Aaron Hicks, his first career 3-hit game in the postseason. This is his 24th game in the postseason. Got a Rosarena with a 3-hit game. Aaron Hicks. We originally had that. Remember that hot shot he hit past Choi at first as an error. But that ended up as a hit.
I wonder what they were checking there. It sounded like catcher's interference from up here, but
5-3 Yankees. And Wade able to lay off. That evens the count at 2-2. Pitch count elevating here for Curtis. Now 18s. Still has the 1 out. That was the strikeout to Judge. And again, this gets into the mode where if you have a day off after 2 games, you might run this game a little differently. Rays are trailing, though. You got to push through with Curtis and hope he can get out of it if you're Kevin Cash. Way inside. And the count goes full.
Remember the defensive move. Luke Voigt would be up here in this situation and not Tyler Wade.
I'm sure Aaron Boone agonizes over that move every game.
Of course.
Voigt's hobbled. A few days off, though, really did help Luke Voigt. He said just getting out of his baseball spikes helped his foot more than anything. 4 days off. Yankees lead 5-3. Just added 1 here in the 9th. Curtis deals. And it's ball 4. Wade draws the walk to load him up. Second walk to go along with the 2 hits. And they're loaded up with 1 out for Giancarlo Stanton. No help in sight for the Rays, and John Curtis, this is his inning. Take it or leave it. Stanton, swing and a miss. Right down the heart. Out about in front. How about those numbers with the bases loaded? Got 7 career grand slams, 300+ batting average.
Again, you see the managing, though, in this series. You know, in the past, with those days off, you certainly would have had another reliever probably in the game by now. But Cash is going to live and die with Curtis.
They got to play the odds. Swing and a miss. 1-2 now on Stanton. The Rays are loaded with their pitching staff as well. Cash does have the benefit of Tyler Glasnow as his number 2, and then he's got Charlie Morton as his number 3. And an A bullpen, the relievers that enter in a tie game or a lead that are as lights out as any in the game. 2-2 now. Curtis just doing all he can to try to get a ground ball out of Stanton. Stanton trying to drum up some memories of the home run derby here in 2016 when he rattled a few off the scoreboard in left field. Big pitch right here. 2-2 the count. Curtis deals. Stanton in the air, center field, deep. On the run, Kiermaier running out of room, and she's gone! It's a grand slam for Giancarlo Stanton. A game breaker for Stanton and the Yankees. Center field home run. And the Yankees lead it 9-3. Wow. What a spot for a salami for Stanton. Second grand slam of the postseason for the Yankees. Urshela hit the big one to give them a lead in Game 2 in Cleveland. And a knockout punch here by Giancarlo Stanton in the ninth.
Hanging breaking ball from Curtis out over the plate. Stanton knew it right away as he stood and watched it. And you mentioned the home run derby here when he hit 45 home runs. As Urshela gets dusted there by Curtis. Have to watch how that works. And his numbers here in Petco Park are outstanding.
Now Stanton loves hitting here. Southern California native. That one rides up and in on Urshela.
It's something to watch. Right after a grand slam.
Stanton has hit his 9th career home run in this ballpark. The Savages are back, Ronnie, and they are putting together a tremendous offensive register so far in the first 3 games of the postseason. 10 runs, 12 runs. They've got 9 on the board here tonight. Sessa starting to throw. Chapman sits down. Again, all of this plays into the days ahead, and the ability to sit your closer down is huge. Even though he was fully ready to come into the game, he got fully hot, but those pitches matter. Still only 1 out. Hanging slider on it.
Now 11 home runs hit in this postseason by the Yankees. They had a series against the Blue Jays this year where they scored 45 runs, hit 19 home runs, 5 in 1 inning.
Yankees now with 14 grand slams all time in the postseason. 2-2 the count. Urshela. And fights one off foul. Well, tight game. Judge's home run gave him the lead. And then a 5 spot here in this 9th inning. Those 2 solo home runs in the 5th by Higashioka and Judge. Stanton with the slam here in the 9th. You got the big lefty up. McClanahan, if he does enter this game, it'll be his major league debut. Popped him up. Adames puts it away for the out. 2nd out of the inning. Boy, those two, they are off to a fantastic start to this postseason. Judge, and Stanton in this powerful Yankee lineup. Popping 4 home runs tonight. Four-man outfield here. Second time they've used this. Something the Rays do quite often. As Torres takes a strike.
Brendan Lau, who does play some right field. Second baseman goes out in the outfield to form that four-man outfield.
Oh, and 2 the count. A lonely place on the mound for John Curtis.
Yeah.
Pitch count at 37 with this next offering. Yankees with 2 grand slams, back-to-back games in this postseason. Only other time the Yankees had 2 slams in the postseason. Yogi Berra and Moose Skowron, 1956. And it's happened here with Stanton's slam opening up a 5-run 9th inning.
So the 3 postseason games now, they've had at least 3 home runs in each game.
Yep. Pitch number 39 for John Curtis. 2-2 to Torres. Look out.
Another ball up and in.
That's the second one. Urshela got one up there. Now Torres. Kevin Cash. You make your mind up. A lot of discussion about how we're going to roll, pitching, what we're going to do if we're down. Easy when you're up. Those plans are pretty well in place.
Yeah.
There's not defined roles for the Rays bullpen. They'll change up the innings that their relievers enter the game, especially their big 3 relievers. But when you're down and there's no off days, it makes for some interesting decisions, and you're going to have to live with some pitchers that you might not normally have in those situations. And you're talking about a pitch count over 40 now.
And a hard decision of leaving Curtis out there.
He's down for 2 or 3 days for sure.
There was a time when you used to think of postseason baseball as maybe some small ball at times to generate some runs. It's not going to be this year. Home runs are going to decide who goes all the way.
Well, the Yankees with those 11 as Torres into center field with a base hit. So the inning continues, and you got to pull the plug now. Cash is on his way out. Just a rough night for John Curtis. You feel for him. That's a lonely place on the mound. But his ALDS outing will end 2/3 of an inning, 5 runs in, and we're on our way to a major league debut. How about that? Shane McClanahan is coming on. His Stanton and Judge both go deep here today. And those are those numbers. By the way, that Arozarena at the top of the list, that was an out. That was the line drive out to short. But Judge near 110 exit velocity. Stanton's home run near 108. All right, Ron. Shane McClanahan making his big league debut in a postseason game. 23-year-old lefty. I
was going to say, we always try to put our place in the place of the new pitcher coming in, but no one has ever done this. Shane McClanahan from the University of South Florida, 31st pick of the Tampa Bay Rays in the 2018 draft.
What a moment for him. He'll never forget it. And he'll face Brett Gardner. Got a runner at first base, 2 outs, and right away the Yankees push him. Torres takes off, steals a base on the kid. So a steal for Torres puts him in scoring position.
Well, it's the last thing that Shane McClanahan is thinking about. He was just thinking about trying to throw a strike, and Torres took advantage of it.
McClanahan was on the wild card series roster, but he didn't pitch. First pitcher, Major League history to debut in the postseason. There have been 3 position players to have made their Major League debuts in the postseason. Just had one with the Twins. Alex Kirilloff. Adalberto Mondesi with the Royals made his debut in a World Series game. And Mark Kiger of the Athletics back in '06. But this is the first time a pitcher's done it. Two balls and a strike. Gardner's third plate appearance, hit by a pitch and a strikeout tonight. And a big bouncing ball, going to be a tough play, and no chance. And a collision as McClanahan hits the deck. Loud drops him. And his first batter face is a base hit, an infield single.
Well, McClanahan couldn't stop in time and almost took out the franchise.
Good form tackle, though. Goal line stand.
It was.
Ugh.
McClanahan took the worst of it.
I mean, every pitcher you talk to, remembering their Major League debut, it goes so fast and it spins so fast. But is it faster in the playoffs, or is this all part of the same mix here?
This is supersonic right now.
His head must be spinning right now as he faces Higashioka. It's a special moment, though. You work your whole life, a lot of people that helped you along the way. Realizing a dream here tonight. Kevin Kiermaier made his big league debut as a defensive replacement in the final game of the season. That was a famous tiebreaker game in 2013 we had here on TBS. David Price went the distance. Different story, but still, that had the feel of a playoff game. Price was magic that day. And you can connect the dots to David Price to the Rays shortstop. Came in that trade to Detroit, and they traded Price away. He was in low A ball at the time. There's a strike. That's been the MO for the Rays. The players get into the money-making portion of their years, and you can't afford to trade pieces like David Price or Evan Longoria if you're in that big market. You have your established stars, but the Rays, that's how they function. That's why their minor league system is always great. McClanahan, one of their big pieces in their system right now. No minor league baseball this year, Ron. So these players who are upper level minor league players went to what they call the ATS, the alternative training site, and missing a lot of innings pitched if you're a pitcher, a lot of at bats.
I mean, they're trying to continue to try to develop these players, but certainly not the development they would get in a full minor league season.
McClanahan deals a swing and a foul. Yankees carrying 2 catchers. They left Eric Kratz off. They had been carrying 3 in the wild card series. Aaron Boone said, Higashioka, you got to use your roster. He's going to have to be available. He's earned that right. Not just the games when Garrett Cole is on the mound. You might need him. Never know how these playoff games go, especially 5 in a row. Higashioka started this inning with a single to center field with a 4-man outfield. We're going on 30 minutes of real time here in this top of the ninth. 5 runs are in. And a kid making his major league debut in Shane McClanahan. 3-2 the count. He spoils another one.
Well, you'll hear guys on the bench say that all the time. Hey, let's hit for a half hour. Never really happens, but it did today.
Stanton's grand slam. The signature moment here. Judge's homer put him ahead in the 5th. Stanton's grand slam extending that lead. Aaron Hicks had an RBI to give the Yankees a 2-run lead. It was a 4-3 game when this inning started. 3-2 on the way, and he missed. It's ball 4, and this nightmare inning for the Rays continues. And again, the bases are loaded. And you're starting to get into a position player pitching territory right here if you're Kevin Cash.
In a postseason game.
Was that Austin Romine for the Yankees? I remember Brock Holt hit a home run in a playoff game we did a few years back. Hit for the cycle that night.
That's right.
Did Brock Holt. They are loaded up again. 11th batter of the inning. Talk about stepping into the deep waters if you're Shane McClanahan. His highest experience in professional baseball before today. 4 games at the AA level. Montgomery. I believe Montgomery is the Biscuits. Slow roller. He's got it. Fires to first. And his big league debut is over. And Giancarlo Stanton and the Yankees put the hammer down in this 9th inning. A 5-spot and a grand slam by Giancarlo Stanton. 9-3 Yankees lead it. We go to the bottom of the 9th in game 1. A 5-spot in the 9th inning. Stanton with a grand slam. And it's 9-3 Yankees. Luis Cessa on the mound for New York. Aroldis Chapman is quick to sit down when that ball was leaving the yard for Stanton. And this is a lift for Aaron Boone. Does not have to use Chapman in a spot like this. He goes with Cessa, trying to clean this up, get his 3 outs, and get out of here with a game 1 win.
Although he did get pretty hot out there, ready to pitch the 9th.
Kevin Kiermaier leads off for Tampa Bay. Again, a lot of questions will come up. Why not make a change there? Why not go to the bullpen? And it's a fair question. Those are valid questions that Kevin Cash will have to answer and live with. But as Kiermaier rolls out, but you have to manage the game differently. Both managers talked about it before the game. 5 games in a row potentially in this series. Sometimes you got to trust your guys, even though they may not be your A guys.
Well, you know what's interesting is that you've been watching, folks have been watching managing in the postseason in a certain way for so long, especially with those off-day travel days. Now that you don't have that, managers are not going to have that luxury. And as Boone and Cash both said, everybody on that roster is going to have their best moments.
It's a 28-man roster. Perez gets his first at-bat of the night. The year started with a 30-man roster. And then after the first couple of weeks, the original plan was to go from 30, 2 weeks, 28, 2 weeks, down to 26. And that was the expanded roster that was agreed upon prior to the season before the shutdown and the pandemic. But after the first couple of weeks and they dropped to 28, I think they were getting a lot of feedback from general managers, and baseball decided to just let it ride with 28. There was so many issues and scary scenarios going on with the Marlins and the Cardinals and the outbreak of COVID-19. So it stayed at 28 for the entire year.
I wonder if there have been some different decisions made around the trading deadline. If they knew there weren't going to be any off days.
To me, that's the headline.
Yeah.
If you knew that you were going to play consecutive games without days off in the playoffs, I think it would have sparked a huge trading deadline, because now you're going to need to load up with pitching. I know a lot of general managers are upset that information was not revealed earlier. Not sure it was decided earlier.
Yeah, no, a lot of things have just been decided as you go, right? Unique times.
But it was a pretty quiet trade deadline. It's a high fly ball into center field. Perez didn't quite get it. Hicks will settle under it for out number 2. Well, you got a lot of home runs. You got Garrett Cole. Yankees have hit 11 home runs in the first 3 games of this postseason. That is a major league record for most home runs ever in the first 3 games of a postseason. And Ronnie, 31 runs and 40 hits in the first 3 games against the Cleveland Indians, number 1 ERA in the American League. And tonight, game 1 against Tampa Bay with their very talented ERA and pitching staff.
I mean, this is the lineup they envisioned being out there, the depth of that lineup all season long, and to have them back healthy at this time of the year is going to make it difficult on a lot of pitching in this postseason.
Last call for the Rays. Their DH, Yandy Diaz. Tampa Bay still feels good about their pitching. You match up against Garrett Cole. Not that you're expecting a loss, but those are the ones you live with. Cole was good tonight. Not dominant, but he was good. He had 8 strikeouts in 6 innings, and the way he finished was what aces do. After giving up 3 runs in the first 4 innings, surrendered the lead on the 2-run home run by Ji-Man Choi in the 4th, but then he got out of a bases-loaded jam with a strikeout in the 5th, retired the side in order with a couple of strikeouts in the 6th, and that's how you finish when you're the number 1 guy. And that really set up Aaron Boone at that point. Starter gets through 6. You're lined up with Green, Britton, and Chapman if you need him. Turns out they didn't need Chapman tonight.
And Cole now will score stays the same. Will have 8 wins in his first 12 postseason starts.
Beat the Rays twice last year as an Astro. And Diaz draws the walk. Sessa will extend this 9th inning. Probables tomorrow. This is news here. Davy Garcia will get the start for the Yankees. It's not Tanaka. Going to go with the young right-hander, the Pedro Martinez wannabe. Idolizes him. Tyler Glasnow, the 6'8" power right-hander, will go for the Tampa Bay Rays. So you're going to have 6'8" against 5'9" tomorrow. Lots of ways
to get it done,
right? Get it done. I'm sure Pedro will give us a great feel and insight on Davy Garcia, who is in every way mimicked his game like Pedro and has been told his entire life he's too small to be a power pitcher as a right-hander, just like Pedro, and he'll get his chance in the bright lights of the postseason tomorrow night.
I've seen him pitch a couple times this year. He is a power pitcher. It's interesting because he throws around 90 to 92 in that area, but he gets on you quicker. And he also can add to that fastball when he wants, and a good, mature breaking ball.
See some power tomorrow. What are your thoughts about Masahiro Tanaka being bumped off that number 2 slot? He pitched in the number 2 spot against Cleveland. Remember, they had the rain delay, came back. It wasn't great. They came back to win that game, obviously, but you don't know if that game got him taken out or if it's the matchup specifically with the Rays.
I think it's more of the matchup, and I think, you got to give him a mulligan for the way that start happened with the weather and the wind and the rain.
Well, that's it. Lau strikes out. Sessa finishes the job, and the New York Yankees win Game 1 as they bang out 4 home runs here tonight, 15 hits, and they score 9 runs. So they've gone 12, 10, and 9 in the first 3 games of this postseason. The Yankees win Game 1 of this ALDS.
And when leading after 6 now, they have won 14 straight postseason games. That 5 runs in the 9th grand slam by Stanton didn't hurt.
Doing it against the top 2 pitching staffs in the American League in earned run average. Just the 5th time a team has scored 9 or more runs in 3 consecutive postseason games. Judge's home run gave him the lead. That was in the 5th. Stanton's grand slam, all the insurance they would need.